The following is a production of the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network. Van Buren Warrior Baseball is coming your way on 92.7 KTWA. Now, let's head down to the field with the voice of your Van Buren County Warriors, Shan Moquin.
All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome back, and thanks for tuning in once again. On behalf of the Atomo Radio Sports Group Network, I'd like to welcome you to another streaming and radio broadcast presentation this evening of Van Buren County Warrior Baseball. We got Mr. Kyle Smith running the board for us back at the studio, making the broadcast run smoothly for us, but for more importantly, you, the viewing and listening audience, and I am next to my cameraman and on-site producer, Mr. A.J. Rowe, my color analyst, Mr. Eric Peterson, also with me again tonight. And my name is Shan Moquin, your play-by-play and radio voice of the Warriors. Back again for the sports seasons of the 2024-25 school year. It'll be all of our pleasures to be with you on the broadcast this evening. Tonight, the Warriors return home as we are up here in the Norman Kissling press box with assistance from the Hoagland Foundation overlooking beautiful Perkins Field. We're at the Mildred and Eddie Ferguson Sports Complex, just on the western edge of Keosauqua, where the Winfield Mount Union / Columbus Wolves, that's right, Winfield and Columbus combined for baseball, they're in town, and the Warriors will host them in Southeast Iowa Super Conference crossover game tonight. Winfield Mount Union, a member of the North. The Warriors, of course, you know, they are part of the South Division. First pitch slated for 5:30 p.m. this evening. We got a couple of ways for you to join the broadcast. We're streaming live at the Atomo Radio YouTube channel. We're also on the air at your home for today's hits and yesterday's favorites, 92.7 KTWA and Atomo Radio Sports Group station. So if you're choosing to make our broadcast part of your evening, hey, a big thanks for doing so. We could not do it without you. This season, Van Buren County Warrior Baseball is brought to you by these fine sponsors. Iowa Missouri Seed of Keosauqua. Follow them on Facebook, Ryan Wolf, your seed dealer. The Van Buren Community School District, where they have one goal, be a great school for all kids, Warrior Pride countywide. Dowd's Lumber and Home Center, the largest building material supplier in Dowd's. Cranston Family Funeral Home in Fairfield and Keosauqua. Now to serve you with monument sales and Irish Ridge Cremation, CranstonFamilyFuneralHome.com. Smithburg Automotive with 2 locations in Fairfield to serve you. First Iowa State Bank of Albia, Bloomfield, Cantrell, Eddyville, and Keosauqua, member FDIC. Roto-Rooter on a Gateway Drive for 24/7 emergency service, including nights, holidays, and weekends. Fast, friendly, and professional service at Roto-Rooter, servicing Ottumwa and the surrounding area. Slayton Polaris, 8 miles south and west of Pulaski. Check out their great selection of Rangers and ATVs. Drive one home today. Milo and his team at Wells, Hometown Drug in Bloomfield and Keosauqua. Ask them about free delivery or curbside pickup options. Crane Concrete Ready Mix, delivering concrete to Ottumwa, Fairfield, Bloomfield, and the surrounding area. Pilot Grove Savings Bank, serving you for all your financial needs. Proud supporter of the Van Buren County Warriors. Tugboat Transportation of Bonaparte, proud supporter of the Van Buren County Warriors. Dowd's Quick Stop of Dowd's for gas and all the convenience and daily food specials. The Van Buren County Hospital, simply remarkable. And Wasco Hardware, located on Main Street, Keosauqua. Stop in and see their showroom. This is the Warrior Baseball pregame show, brought to you by Iowa Missouri Seed of Keosauqua. Follow them on Facebook, Ryan Wolf, your seed dealer. Let's go through the other in-game sponsors for you tonight. Sponsoring the postgame show will be the Van Buren County Community School District. The starting lineups: Dowd's Lumber and Home Center, first pitch, Cranston Family Funeral Home, all the innings, 1 through 7 if necessary. Smithburg Automotive. Player of the game, Milo and his team at Wells Hometown Drug. Coach's interview. Hope to have one with Coach Shane Bagley and a player after the game tonight. Sponsored by Crane Concrete Ready Mix. Pitching changes tonight, sponsored by Pilot Grove Savings Bank. Warrior strikeouts by their pitchers. Dowd's Quick Stop of Dowd's. Any home runs, they're going to have to really get into one tonight as the wind's blowing in from left field. That'll be sponsored by the Van Buren County Hospital. Those are our other in-game sponsors this evening. And Eric, I'm going to bring you in here right away tonight. Nice to have you back alongside me after a busy stretch for you. But the nice thing about your job is you're here whenever you can be. I'll be here either way. And I just want to let the viewers and listeners know right away you'll be doing me a big favor this week, because I've got a wedding to attend in Michigan. Family and I will be hopping on a plane on Thursday to get over there and spend some days with the wife side of the family. So you're going to have Eric doing the games for you on a Thursday and Friday. I'll be with the Warriors Wednesday at the Field of Dreams. but Eric's going to sub for me on Thursday and Friday. I know he'll do a good job. If he misses something, you can just blame it on my teaching and, say that I didn't do a thorough enough job. But I've got full confidence in Eric and AJ that they'll make the broadcast go off without a hitch. Eric knows baseball just as good or better than I do. Give him a couple of innings to get into a rhythm on the broadcast side of things, and I'm sure you'll fall right into play. So big thanks for doing that for me. And any first thoughts as you look over the stats and the lineup cards tonight with the matchup with the Winfield Mount Union / Columbus Wolves?
Yeah, Shan, thanks. It's great to be back. Always fun to be here. Another great night for what's now the beginning of summer Iowa baseball. Van Buren, if you look at the stats, I think bats are starting to come together a little bit, but that's certainly a place where I want to see some more progress there of putting the ball in play, hitting the ball hard. It's always good to get that first win on the board, so there's progress, and another opportunity tonight as you look at Winfield Mount Union. Yeah,
I would agree with you. I think head coach Shane Bagley would like to see the bats come around a little bit more. The games of the past weekend at the Davis County Varsity Classic, 13-2 loss to Fairfield, and then a 4-1 loss to Davis County, so the Warriors didn't have a whole lot of offense. The biggest offensive production was 6-5 in that win West Burlington here last week at home. So, we'll be looking for the offense to get rolling again. All right, you know how we do things here. We're going to sprinkle in a couple of 3-minute breaks here in the Warrior Baseball pregame show. Let's get that first one in right now. When we come back, we'll start the breakdown of both teams. We'll look over that and see how each one is doing coming into tonight's matchup. We'll take a look at the starting lineups, the pitching matchup, all that and more. Still to come here on the Warrior Baseball pregame show, brought to you by Iowa Missouri Seed of Keosauqua. Follow them on Facebook, Ryan Wolf, your seed dealer. We'll be right back with you in 3 minutes. You're tuned in to Warrior Baseball, streaming live on the Tumble Radio YouTube channel, also on the air at 92.7 KTWA. Back with you in 3.
Iowa Missouri Seed of Keosauqua. As the hay and pasture seeding season wraps up, it's time to start thinking about summer annuals and cover crops after wheat. When you're looking to improve your farm profit or grazing efficiency, call me, Ryan, at 319-293-3114, because you're not just buying seed, you're gaining a partner committed to quality and exceptional service for farmers. Iowa Missouri Seed of Keosauqua, your dedicated seed expert. Let me help you grow your success. That number again is 319-293-3114, or visit us on Facebook at Iowa Missouri Seed.
This is Van Buren County Superintendent Jeremy Hissam. Spring sports season, senior awards, the start of summer sports, end of the year banquets, and graduation have us all full of energy, and there's definitely a buzz in the air. We want to send best wishes to all students who are graduating or moving to another school next year, as well as to any staff member retiring or moving to a new chapter in life. New chapters are always exciting times because you get to choose how they are written. We wish you the best. Here in Van Buren County, we have one goal: be a great school for all kids. Warrior Pride, countywide.
This is Jeremy with Cranston Family Funeral Home. I want to take a moment and say thank you, not for choosing our funeral home, although we're deeply honored when you do, but for showing up for your neighbors, for supporting small businesses, for standing in line at visitations and hugging people you maybe haven't seen in years. That is what makes our communities feel like home. At Cranston Family Funeral Home, we don't believe in flashy promises. We believe in showing up, quietly, respectfully, and doing the work that matters when it matters most. So from our family to yours, thank you. We see you, we are grateful for you, and we'll be here when you need us.
Are you thinking about or ready to build that home or shop or deck that you've been dreaming about? Come see us at Dowd's Lumber and Home Center in Dowd's, and we will transform your dreams into reality. By using our 3D computer-aided design system, you can see and walk through your dream project. After your project is designed, we can generate a detailed material list to see if it fits within your budget. Contact Mike or Josh at Dowd's Lumber and Home Center to get your project started today. 641-936-7115, or check us out at dowdslumber.com.
At Smithburg Automotive, driving adventures allow you to explore comfortably, safely, and in every aspect of your summer vacation. Smithburg Automotive in Fairfield, schedule your vehicle's trip check today. Call 641-472-2454, 641-472-2454.
Smithburg Automotive in Fairfield. Get your trip check scheduled today. Call 641-472-2454. That's 641-472-2454.
Tiffany here. The best things in life are a nice spring day, a tasty treat, and a great deal. That's right, a great deal. So why not swing by Dowd's Quick Stop? Savor our barbecue chicken pizza or classic cheeseburger and fries combo. Craving something sweet? Our ice cream is on and is the best around. Dive into our spring fun with our specialty pizza starting at $17.99. Visit us today in Dowd's and follow us on Facebook at Dowd's Quick Stop for more delicious deals. Stop by for a quick taste of spring.
We're back with the Van Buren County Warriors on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Alrighty, we're back with you here from the Ferguson Sports Complex in Keosauqua. Let's continue things on the Warrior Baseball pregame show brought to you by Iowa Missouri Seed, as both teams have completed their warm-ups. But we still got a lot to get to here in the pregame show. Hope they don't jump the gun on us here too much. Let's start with a breakdown of both teams, starting with the Winfield Mount Union / Columbus Wolves. Head coach is Josh Dean, assisted by Travis Jones. Next action for them is Tuesday, June 3rd, home for Wapello, a 5:30 first pitch there. Like I said, they are the Winfield Mount Union / Columbus Wolves in boys high school varsity baseball. Overall record in tonight is 1-3. They're 1-1 at home, 0-2 on the road, have yet to play a neutral site game. They compete in Class 2A, the Southeast Iowa Super Conference North Division. Conference record for Winfield is 1-1 in the last 5. They are 1-3. Their win this year came over Louisa Muscatine, while their losses have come to West Burlington, Burlington Public, and Pekin. That was the last time out for them, Friday, May 30th, a 7-4 loss up in Pekin-Packwood. Let's take a look at some of their leading players in those key statistical category areas that we like to review here in the Warrior Baseball pregame show. Leading them in batting average, Colby Newsom at .462, Riley Kalberg at .429, Parker Wilson at .385. Hits leaders for Winfield, Kalberg with 6, Colby Newsom with 6, and Ginkinger and Wilson have 5. RBI leaders, Newsom with 4, Haynes, Samuels, and Wilson all have 3 RBIs for Winfield. There are a couple of players tied with 4 steals to lead the way. That's Newsom and Tyson Kalberg. And leading him in runs scored is Parker Wilson. ERA leaders for Winfield. Genkinger has a 0.00 ERA in 5 innings pitched. Riley Kalberg with a 0.00 ERA in 3 innings pitched. Kason Doppler leads them in strikeouts with 5. And their only win of the year, there was no win listed in any of their pitching records. Winfield averaging 6.5 runs a game. They're giving up 7.25. The team batting average is .307. The team on base, .432. Team slugging is .351. There was no fielding percentage listed, and the team ERA is 4.38. Last year was a 75 win for Winfield Mount Union right here in Keosauqua when these two teams squared off. All right, let's turn our attention to the Warriors. Head coach is Shane Begley. He's assisted by Bryson Starnes and Andrew Lowry. Next action for us, a big one, June 4th, Wednesday of this week. We'll take on Fort Madison at the Field of Dreams movie site up there in Dyersville, 6 p.m. first pitch. They are the Van Buren County Warriors. In boys high school varsity baseball, overall record in it tonight is 1-5. They're 1-1 at home, 0-2 on the road, 0-2 neutral site games. They compete in Class 1A, the Southeast Iowa Super Conference South Division. Conference record for the Warriors is 1-1. In the last 5, they are 1-4. The Warriors' win this year came over West Burlington right here at home last week, while their losses have come to Keokuk, Mount Pleasant, Mediapolis, Fairfield, and Davis County. That was the last time out for the Warriors. Last Saturday, May 31st, at the Davis County Varsity Classic Tournament, they went 0-2 on the day with a 13-2 loss to Fairfield and a 41 loss in the consolation game versus Davis County. Leading players for the Warriors, batting average, Marion Yoder batting 1,000 in limited at-bats. He had his RBI single, gave him the player of the game in that Davis County game. But like I said, he has limited at-bats on the year. Isaac Leffler at .333, Kennick Millard at .278, Leo Urach at .267. Hits leaders for the Warriors, Millard and Leffler with 5. Urach has 4. RBI leaders, Millard with 2, Leffler with 2, and 4 players with 1. Isaac leads them on the bases with 7 steals. Aiden McAtee leads them with 5 runs scored. ERA leaders for the Warriors, Aiden McAtee 1.35 in 10 1/3 innings pitched. Isaac Leffler 1.75 in 4 innings pitched. McAtee leads them with 11 strikeouts. Meek has the win on the mound for the Warriors this year. Van Buren County averaging 2.2 runs a game while they give up 7. The team batting average 174. Team on base 276. Team slugging 181. The team fielding is 917, and the team ERA is 5.68. All right, it's almost 20 after. I think we got time for another 3-minute break before we get to the starting lineups and the pitching matchups. So let's squeeze another 3-minute break here in right away in the Warrior Baseball pregame show brought to you by Iowa Missouri Seeds, and we'll be back to do the rest of those things here in the pregame show. You're tuned in to Warrior Baseball, streaming live on the Atomo Radio YouTube channel, also on the air at 92.7 KTWA. Back with you in another 3 minutes.
This is Van Buren County Superintendent Jeremy Hissom. Spring sports season, senior awards, start of summer sports, end of year banquets, and graduation have us all full of energy, and there's definitely a buzz in the air. We want to send best wishes to all students who are graduating or moving to another school next year, as well as to any staff member retiring or moving to a new chapter in life. New chapters are always exciting times because you get to choose how they are written. We wish you the best. Here in Van Buren County, we have one goal: be a great school for all kids. Warrior Pride, countywide.
I'm Missouri Seed of Keosauqua. As the hay and pasture seeding season wraps up, it's time to start thinking about summer annuals and cover crops after wheat. When you're looking to improve your farm profit or grazing efficiency, call me, Ryan, at 319-293-3114, because you're not just buying seed, you're gaining a partner committed to quality and exceptional service for farmers. I'm Missouri Seed of Keosauqua, your dedicated seed expert. Let me help you grow your success. That number again is 319-293-3114, or visit us on Facebook at I'm Missouri Seed.
From backyard barbecues to lake getaways, summer is all about making memories. At Pilot Grove Savings Bank, we make it easy to enjoy the season with stress-free banking that fits your lifestyle. Mobile banking on the go? Check. Easy loan options for home upgrades or vacations? Check. Friendly local service you can count on? Always. Make the most of your summer. Bank with Pilot Grove Savings Bank. Visit us at pilotgrovesavingsbank.com or stop by any of our 17 locations. Pilot Grove Savings Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Van Buren County Hospital is a proud supporter of Van Buren County Community School District Athletics. The contributions you make to your team, your school, and your community are appreciated and valued by all of us at Van Buren County Hospital. We want to wish you a successful sports season, and we'll be cheering for you every step of the way. Go Warriors! For all of your healthcare needs, Van Buren County Hospital is here for you. Find us online at vbch.org.
Call. I got a pair of clogged toilets.
2 pair, dripping faucets and leaking pipes.
Full house, boys. Flooded basement, ruined water heater, and a wild card, broken sump pump.
Gentlemen, whatever your plumbing issue may be, call Roto-Rooter on Gateway Drive in Ottumwa. The drain cleaning and plumbing experts, residential and commercial, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Oh, and one more thing. A royal flush always beats a full house.
That's a bunch of crap!
This is Milo Wells with Wells Hometown Drug in Bloomfield. Our goal here is to go above and beyond your expectations for the role that a pharmacy can play in you and your family's health. Since we have opened here, many things have changed. We've added experienced staff, updated our facilities, added clinical services like strep throat test and treat, and free liquid medication flavoring. One thing that has not changed is the vision of providing our patients with access to the best pharmacy services anywhere in the state. We, like many of you, believe Southeast Iowa is an amazing place to live, and we will continue to be committed to improving the lives of our patients.
We're back with the Van Buren County Warriors on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Alrighty, we're back with you here in the Warrior Baseball pregame show, sponsored by Iowa Missouri Seed. I see 2 umpires. That's a good thing. Manager's meeting with them at home plate right now to exchange lineup cards. So we'll continue things here in the Warrior Baseball pregame show. Let's get the starting lineups in for you listeners and viewers. We will start with the Winfield Mountain Union / Columbus Wolves. Leading off is number 10, Colby Newsom. He's a senior playing left field. Batting second is number 1, Graham Haynes, an 8th grader in right field. Batting third is number 4, Riley Kalberg, a senior playing center field. The cleanup man is number 7, Lane Genkinger, a senior. He's on the mound tonight for Winfield. Batting fifth is number 9, Parker Wilson, a sophomore playing first base. Batting sixth, number 12, Trevor Phillips, a junior at shortstop. Batting seventh is number 11, Kason Doppler, a junior at second base. Batting eighth is number 2, Tayson Samuels, a sophomore, doing the catching. And batting ninth is number 22, Gavin Pryor, a junior, playing third base. Let's recap that lineup for Winfield. Newsom, Haynes, Kalberg, Genkinger, Wilson, Phillips, Doppler, Samuels, and Pryor. Let's take a look at the Warriors starting lineup now for tonight's game against Winfield Mount Union. Leading off is number 1, Aiden McAtee. He's a senior playing left field. Batting second is number 2, Kinnick Miller, a sophomore at shortstop. Batting third is number 3, Isaac Leffler, a senior at third base. And the cleanup spot for the Warriors is number 14, Isaiah Meek, senior at third base tonight. Batting fifth is number 9, Will Coral, the sophomore, on the mound for the Warriors. Batting sixth is number 6, Dan Caston, a freshman in right field. Batting seventh is number 13, Blaine Benjamin, a senior. He's the DH. He'll be hitting for number 23, Creed Kite, the freshman, doing the catching. That's Benjamin for Kite. Batting eighth is number 11, Eli McKinney, a junior in center field. And batting ninth is number 7, Leo Urach, a freshman at second base. Once again for the Warriors, McAtee, Millard, Leffler, Meek, Coral, Caston, Benjamin for Kite, McKinney, and Urach. That's a look at both teams' starting lineups. And I got to work a sponsor in there because I know I got one. That's brought to you by Dowd's Lumber and Home Center. All right, we can take a quick glance at the pitching matchup for you tonight. Let's start with Winfield Mountain Union's pitcher, Lane Ginkinger, a senior, pitched in one game. He started it without a record or a save. 5 innings pitched, 80 total pitches, 23 official at-bats against him with an .087 average. He's given up 2 hits, 1 run. It was not earned, 5 walks, 2 hit batters, 3 strikeouts, a 0.00 ERA for Ginkinger. For the Warriors, Will Coral with his second appearance on the mound this year, number 9, sophomore, pitched in one game. He started it. His record is 0-1 without a save. 4 innings pitched, 76 total pitches, 24 official at-bats, a 2.08 average against Will. Given up 5 hits, 7 runs, 4 of those earned, 3 walks, 1 hit batter, 4 strikeouts, a 7.00 ERA. That's a look at the pitching matchup here tonight. We can also take a quick peek at other action around the conference. This evening, crossover games is the theme of the night. Hillcrest Academy is at Danville. Pekin is at New London. Winfield Mountain Union right here to take on Van Buren County. There was also 2 games that one I know was canceled on Varsity Bell, and the other one I think might be canceled according to AJ. That was Highland at West Burlington, a possible cancellation there. And Louisa Muscatine at Mediapolis was canceled. Also, Central Lee making the long trip up to Anamosa. So that's a look at other action around the conference tonight. I think we can work in another 2-minute break as the Warriors are getting introduced right now. Then we'll have the national anthem. So we'll hope to get that in this next break. Then when we come back, first pitch. Boys High School Varsity Baseball coming at you tonight. The Winfield Mountain Union / Columbus Wolves in town to take on the Van Buren County Warriors. Let's take one last 2-minute break before we get this one started. You're tuned in to Warrior Baseball, streaming live in the Temple Radio YouTube channel. Also on the air at 92.7 KTWA. Back with you in 2 minutes.
This is Jeremy with Cranston Family Funeral Home. I want to take a moment and say thank you, not for choosing our funeral home, although we're deeply honored when you do, but for showing up for your neighbors, for supporting small businesses, for standing in line at visitations and hugging people you maybe haven't seen in years. That is what makes our communities feel like home. At Cranston Family Funeral Home, we don't believe in flashy promises. We believe in showing up quietly, respectfully, and doing the work that matters when it matters most. So from our family to yours, thank you. We see you, we are grateful for you, and we'll be here when you need us.
Are you thinking about or ready to build that home or shop or deck that you've been dreaming about? Come see us at Dowd's Lumber and Home Center in Dowd's, and we will transform your dreams into reality. By using our 3D computer-aided design system, you can see and walk through your dream project. After your project is designed, we can generate a detailed material list to see if it fits within your budget. Contact Mike or Josh at Dowd's Lumber and Home Center to get your project started today. 641-936-7115 or check us out at dowdslumber.com.
Iowa Missouri Seed of Keosauqua. As the hay and pasture seeding season wraps up, it's time to start thinking about summer annuals and cover crops after wheat. When you're looking to improve your farm profit or grazing efficiency, call me, Ryan, at 319-293-3114, because you're not just buying seed, you're gaining a partner committed to quality and exceptional service for farmers. Iowa Missouri Seed of Keosauqua, your dedicated seed expert. Let me help you grow your success. That number again is 319-293-3114, or visit us on Facebook at Iowa Missouri Seed.
This is Van Buren County Superintendent Jeremy Hissom. Spring sports season, senior awards, the start of summer sports, end of year banquets, and graduation have us all full of energy, and there's definitely a buzz in the air. We want to send best wishes to all students who are graduating or moving to another school next year, as well as to any staff member retiring or moving to a new chapter in life. New chapters are always exciting times because you get to choose how they are written. We wish you the best. Here in Van Buren County, we have one goal: be a great school for all kids. Warrior Pride, countywide.
We're back with the Van Buren County Warriors on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
All right, back with you. That was pretty good timing. I'll have to admit that was just pure luck as we came right back on live as the national anthem was ending. Take me a second here just to get my hat back on and my headset as the national anthem. Another fine rendition here at the Ferguson Sports Complex. All right, that'll about complete the Warrior Baseball pregame show brought to you by Iowa Missouri Seed of Keosauqua. Brian Wolf, your seed dealer. You can follow them on Facebook. I think I got through about everything that I wanted to for the pregame show. Slide my sheets around, got the scoring book out in front of me. Will Coral on the mound in the midst of his warm-up pitches to catcher Creed Kite. And the rest of the Warriors taking their final infield. And, Eric, we're just about set for first pitch.
Yeah, I think top of the first here, important to have Will get off to a good start. As we reviewed the stats early, this is a pretty good hitting team, although early, just a couple of games in, but hitting, I think, over 300 as a team. Will, I think, with a 7.0 ERA, but his numbers are solid strikeouts and walks. So, make him hit strikes and field behind him. And then when we get to the bottom half,
get the bats going.
Yeah, that pitcher, Ginkinger, has a 0.0, but in his last game walked 5 and hit 2 batters. And so when you've got somebody like that, got to hit strikes, got to be patient, discipline in the box, and see if you can get some base runners.
All right, here we go. First 3 up for Winfield. Newsom, Haynes, and Kalberg. 1, 2, 3 in the order. Newsom wearing his number 10, a senior, playing left field. He's in there from the right side. He's going to face the sophomore lefty Will Coral. Coral ready into the windup, and here we go. First pitch is a called strike. 0-1 to Newsom. Time of the first pitch is 5:32 p.m. this evening. Coral ready again. The next offering. Swing and a miss on an outside fastball. 0-2 to Colby Newsom. Newsom in left field, 462 for him on the year. Coral trying to set him down on 3 straight. Will ready, here he comes. High and outside on a heater, 1-2. Weather conditions, 87 degrees, 43% humidity, wind south, 13 miles an hour. Pretty nice night for a ball game. Will Coral ready again, the offering, swung on, fly ball right side, take it, Eric.
Up against the fence, just out of play, good.
We'll do it again from 1-2. Eric and I are going to be switching off on foul balls because there's 2 people up here in the press box. We're a little bit skewed on our views down the line, so one goes down the first base line. That'll be Eric, and I'll have the one going down the third base line. Pretty good view. We're just a little bit cut off here in the corner, but we'll make the best of it. All right, 1-2, the count to Newsom. Coral's ready, and the offering. Reached out, bounced to second. Urach has it. He'll throw over to first. Meek makes the catch. Newsom retired. 4-3 on the putout. First out of the inning. Good start for the Warriors as they get the leadoff man out.
Nice job by Will with the first batter. Got up in the count, throwing strikes, 1-2. A good 1-2 pitch that the batter had to just fight off, grounded out to second.
Up next for Winfield is the number 1, Graham Haynes, an 8th grader, playing right field. Will's first offering to him. Taken for a ball by Haynes. 3:33 for Haynes on the year. Count to him. 1-0. He's in there from the left side against the lefty Coral. That one down and out. 2-0 the count to Haynes. Warriors in their home whites, orange numbers and letters, little black sleeves. Winfield Mount Union, light gray tops and white pants tonight. Swing and a miss by Haynes. 2-1. Coral back in the count. Will winds and deals a called strike. Count even at 2-2 to Graham Haynes, an 8th grader, playing varsity as you can do that in Iowa baseball. Coral ready, here he comes. A little high, maybe a little in. Full up now, 3-2. Here comes the payoff. Haynes draws a walk, low.
A good at bat from Haynes as an 8th grader. He's pretty composed in there. Stands right up on the plate, good balance, and Coral just missed on that 3-2 pitch.
Number 3 in the order is number 4, Riley Kalberg, a senior center fielder, 429 for him on the season. In there from the right side. Haynes has the lead at first. Coral ready, low and in. 1-0 to Kalberg. Coral struggling a little bit here early with his command after getting that leadoff ground out of Newsom. He walked Haynes, and now down 1-0 to Kalberg. Will will chuck him at first. They had him leaning. Oh, Meek thinks he got him. No replay here, of course, but he's back safely. Let's see, the Warrior defense left to right. McAtee, McKinney, Caston in the outfield, third to first. Leffler, Millard, Urach, Meek. Kite behind the plate. Will Coral on the mound. He's ready out of the stretch. Caught the plate on that one to Kalberg. That'll make the count even at 1-1.
I was going to comment Haynes didn't have much of a lead over there, but he did catch him leaning. Probably because he didn't have much of a lead, he was able to get back. But,
right. Yeah, his first movement, though, as a runner was to second. Here comes Will again. Swung on, popped up. Right side, out of play, I believe. 1-2. Coral ahead of Kalberg here. Warriors will look to turn 2 up the middle. That'll be Millard and Urach if they can get it. Warrior outfield, I'll call it straight away. Maybe just a shade past medium depth. Here comes Will. Grounded, first base, foul. Meek gloved it, but he was in foul territory. We'll do it again from 1-2. 15 pitches so far for Coral here in this inning. Winfield Mount Union has 1 out, 1 on. The count to Kalberg, 1-2. Coral working out of the stretch. Lifts the right leg and he fires. Swing and a miss. Did Kite secure it? Well, there's a runner at first. He's already out. I don't think they can take that base with the runner at first. The runner does move down to second, though. So he gets the strikeout of Kalberg swinging. Second out of the inning. Send Haynes down to second on a stolen base. Or, yeah, I guess that's the way I'll score that. Coral gets his first strikeout. That strikeout brought to you by Dowd's Quick Stop by the Warrior pitchers. Up next for Winfield, the cleanup man, number 7, Lane Ginkinger, senior on the mound. In there from the right side. Ginkinger, 357. Winfield with 2 outs, a runner at second in scoring position. That one inside on a fastball from Coral to Ginkinger. 1-0 the count.
That was an interesting play for Kite as the catcher. With the runner going down, you have to react to that. Kind of just allowed a free base on that stolen base in quotes.
Coral ready. Swing and a miss. Yeah, was first base considered occupied there? So the batter out, right?
Yeah.
He can't run even if the runner's stealing, so it was occupied. So he was out anyways. The throw wasn't necessary, and lucky he didn't throw it away, I guess. Oh, a 1-1 to Ginkinger. Coral, the delivery. That one bounced foul, third base side. 1-2, Coral ahead, strike away from getting out of the inning. 2 outs, 1 on, scoring position. That's Haynes out there after he walked. Sprinkle that walk in between a ground out and a strikeout for Will.
Will's done a nice job of getting up in the count, 1-2 here.
Here's the offering. Oh, and a changeup, a curveball, looked like breaking ball. It was a change of speed and some movement on it, and Ginkinger a weak swing for a second swinging strikeout of the inning. Third out is Ginkinger on a strikeout. Number 5 in the order, Wilson, will lead off for Winfield when they bat in the second. So no runs for Winfield, no hits. There were no errors. They're going to end up leaving 1. 20, you got 20 pitches?
Yep,
20 pitches for Will Coral to get through the first. Let's take a 1-minute break. When we come back, the bottom of the first coming at you. Warriors coming to the plate. You're tuned in to Warrior Baseball, streaming live on the Tumble Radio YouTube channel, also on the air at 92.7 KTWA. Back with you in 60 seconds.
Tugboat Transportation of Bonaparte is a proud supporter of the Van Buren Warriors. Tugboat Transportation is located on 1st Street in Bonaparte, in scenic Van Buren County. Tugboat Transportation is a trucking business offering trucking services, motor freight, and self-storage. For more information, contact Mark with Tugboat Transportation at 319-592-3199. That's 319-592-3199. Tugboat Transportation of Bonaparte. That's Tugboat Transportation of Bonaparte.
At Smithburg Automotive, driving adventures allow you to explore comfortably, safely, and in every aspect of your summer vacation. Smithburg Automotive in Fairfield. Schedule your vehicle's trip check today. Call 641-472-2454, 641-472-2454.
Smithburg Automotive in Fairfield. Get your trip check scheduled today. Call 641-472-2454. That's 641-472-2454. We're back with the Van Buren County Warriors on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
All right, we're back with you from the Ferguson Sports Complex here in Keosauqua, Iowa. Perkins Field up here in the Norman Kissling press box with A.J. Rowe and Eric Peterson. Mr. Dave Kirchner, a longtime Warrior contributor and PA announcer also next to us. Warriors coming to bat here in the bottom of the first. We're scoreless.
Well, that's how you want to start out.
Absolutely.
Pretty clean inning from Will. Gave one base runner, but didn't really amount to much. And so now it's time to see if we can get the bats going.
Let's play with the lead tonight. How about that, Warriors? All right, leading off. It'll be the three due up, I should say, McAtee, Millard, and Leffler. Here's number 1, Aiden McAtee, the senior left fielder. He's in there from the left side, 125 for him on the year against the righty, Lane Genkinger. Out of the windup to the plate. A called strike to McAtee, 0-1. McAtee against Davis County. That was the last time out for the Warriors. He was 0 for 3 with a walk. Genkinger looking in, a long look, got the sign, and here he comes. Low and in, I'll say. Count even at 1-1. Winfield Mount Union's defense in the outfield, left to right, Newsom, Riley, Kalberg, and Haynes. Third to first, Pryor, Phillips, Doppler, Wilson. Samuels behind the plate, Genkinger on the mound. He's ready again. The next pitch is a ball. That was a 1-1 pitch to make it 2-1. Center fielder, a shade towards right. Left and right fielders about straight away, medium depth. Here comes Genkinger again. Again, low and in. 3-1 to the Warrior leadoff man, Aiden McAtee. Genkinger with a ball in danger of walking the leadoff man. He's ready. He kicks and fires. And he did just that on a high outside pitch. Walked McAtee. So Aiden on with the base on balls. Warriors do get their leadoff man on. First walk given up by Genkinger. Second in the order is number 2, Kinnick Millard. Sophomore shortstop. He's in there from the right side. Millard's average on the year, 278. Against Davis County, he was 0 for 3 with a walk as well. Genkinger now out of the stretch to the plate. Lined right back up the middle into center field. McAtee will stop. Oh, it bobbled momentarily out there, but not far enough for anybody to go anywhere. Kinnick Millard on one pitch has a solid single to center. First and second, nobody out for the Warriors.
Great approach. Nice to see Kinnick looking first ball. Strike right down the middle and turned it around on him. Base hit.
All right, batting third in the order is number 3, Isaac Leffler, senior third baseman, 333 on the year. The man you'd want to have at the plate with runners in scoring position, in my opinion. Lots of experience for Leffler. He's in there from the right side. Genkinger will check McAtee at second. Leffler swings and puts a charge into that one. Hanging up into the wind, though, as he hit it right into the wind. It just ends up in medium left field, caught out there by Newsom. Good contact from Leffler. But that's right into the teeth of the wind tonight, and Isaac the first out of the inning on the fly out to left. Cleanup man now for Van Buren County, number 14, Isaiah Meek, the senior, first baseman. Got his first hit in the Davis County tournament, 182. Leffler was 2 for 3 with 2 singles against Davis County. Meek 0 for 3, reached on a fielder's choice. And a spin move makes McAtee go back to second. Meek in there from the left side, high and outside on that offering. Catcher out of his crouch to catch that one. 1-0 to the senior Isaiah Meek. Genkinger the pitch. Low, maybe a little outside. And it's 2-0 to Meek. McAtee at second. Millard at first. McAtee on with a walk. Millard with a single to center. Then Leffler flew out to left. Here's Isaiah Meek, the 2-0. Lined at one towards the gap in left center. McAtee around third. He's going to score. Millard streaking for third. Meek to second. And it's an RBI double.
Great at bat by Isaiah Meek. Got a fastball out on the outside part of the plate. Took it where it was pitched. Drove it into the left center field gap. RBI and runners on second and third.
So here in the bottom of the first, the Warriors take a lead. Meek double. First pitch, hits the umpire off a foul ball from Will Corral. Looks like he's okay. Give him a second to shake that one off. The Meek double scores McAtee, and it's 1-0 Warriors. Will Corral was 0 for 2 against Davis County. Count to him is 0-1. He swings and lines that one down the first base line. Fouling out of play, I believe. So it's 0-2 to Will. Quarrel on the mound tonight, 214 on the year for him from the plate. Genkiger working out of the stretch. Warrior runners at second and third with one out. He eyes the runner at third, now coming to the plate. That one lined by Will Quarrel. Over the second baseman, down. A single to right field. Scores Millard. Meek will stop at third. Here comes the throw. Got away a little bit. Nobody covering home. Meek thought about it. And there goes Quarrel. He's going to take second. That'll be a single for Will. I think that's an error on the throw. Got away, giving Will a base.
Yep.
He'll take second on the
E8 for the extra base.
8. And score Millard. Give Quarrel an RBI. So Warrior runners still at second and third. Dan Caston in there now. They lead 2-0. Inside to Caston, 1-0. Dan Caston 2 for 3, 2 singles and a run scored off of Marion Yoder's single against Davis County. Swing and a miss on that pitch. Count to Caston is 1-1.
Van Buren hitters have been really disciplined so far.
The next offering, inside. Almost hit him, but it didn't. 2-1 to Caston. Warriors have had a couple of hits along with that error in the inning. Line to third. Meek did a good job. The runners do a good job to hold. Caught by their third baseman, Pryor. Caston, good contact. He's the second out of the inning on a liner to third. Boy, that one finds the line, and that's a 2 RBI double probably for Caston. But in there now for the Warriors, batting 7th in the order is the DH, number 13, Blaine Benjamin, the senior, looking for his first hit on the year. Takes a pitch high and outside.
Be a good time for Blaine to find grass for this first hit this year. Two on, two out.
It would be. The offering is inside from Genkinger. How many pitches you got? 19? 21? I'm behind a couple. I got sidetracked in that rally. 2-0 to Benjamin.
Oh.
That one had to duck out of the way of on the offering from Genkinger.
Inside and tight.
3-0 the count. There's a place to put him at first, but that would load him up, and that's a called strike. 3-1 to Benjamin. He's batting for number 23, Creekite, the freshman who's catching. Blaine, the DH tonight. Boy, I'd like to see him drive one somewhere. And there he does, to left. It's in the air, though, a fly ball caught by Newsom out there. So Benjamin, the third out of the inning on the fly ball to left field. McKinney will lead off for the Warriors when they bat in the bottom of the second. But the Warriors plate a couple on, 2 hits. 3 hits, right? No, 3 hits. Will had a single as well. 2 runs on 3 hits. 1 error, 2 left on base. 24 pitches for Genkinger to get through the first. So we're through an inning of play. Warriors lead 2-0. Let's take a 60-second break and come on back for the top of the second. Winfield Mountain Union coming back to the plate when we return. You're tuned in to Warrior Baseball, streaming live on the Temple Radio YouTube channel. On the air at 92.7 KTWA. Back with you in 60 seconds.
Van Buren County Hospital is a proud supporter of Van Buren County Community School District Athletics. The contributions you make to your team, your school, and your community are appreciated and valued by all of us at Van Buren County Hospital. We want to wish you a successful sports season, and we'll be cheering for you every step of the way. Go Warriors! For all of your healthcare needs, Van Buren County Hospital is here for you. Find us online at vbch.org.
I'm Missouri Seed of Keosauqua. As the hay and pasture seeding season wraps up, it's time to start thinking about summer annuals and cover crops after wheat. When you're looking to improve your farm profit or grazing efficiency, call me, Ryan, at 319-293-3114 because you're not just buying seed, you're gaining a partner committed to quality and exceptional service for farmers. I'm Missouri Seed of Keosauqua, your dedicated seed expert. Let me help you grow your success. That number again is 319-293-3114 or visit us on Facebook at I'm Missouri Seed.
All right, the 3-2 up for Winfield as we return here to the Ferguson Sports Complex. Warriors lead 2-0 after one. Parker Wilson, Trevor Phillips, Kason Doppler. 2-0 is the count to Parker Wilson. Wears number 9, bats 5th in the order, sophomore. First base tonight. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 in the order due up. Wilson, 385. He's in there from the left side. Coral out of the windup, and he's coming to him. Bounced. Past the mound. Urach charges, gets it to his right, throws it to first. Meek makes the catch. And Parker Wilson retired. 4-3 on the putout. First out of the inning. That's Urach's second assist tonight.
That was a nice little play by Leo going up the middle behind the mound. Ball wasn't hit super hard, so he didn't have a lot of time. Set and made a strong throw to first. Nice play.
Up next for Winfield. That's 6 in the order, number 12, Trevor Phillips. Junior, shortstop. Coral bounced that one in there. 1-0. Trevor Phillips, the quarterback for Columbus. And I remember him from football. And the Columbus backfield is starting for the Winfield Mount Union baseball team as they combine. Here comes Coral. Foul tip, swing and a miss. Caught by Kite. 1-1. Yeah, Trevor Phillips, Riley Kalberg, and Tyson Kalberg is on the bench. About 2,300 yards of total offense out of their backfield from Columbus. Fouled off right side, not a play. So 1-2 the count now. So that doesn't make anything easier for the Warriors tonight to bring those three athletes over from Columbus, but that's how they do it. I see their enrollment put them both those schools over 1A, so they're in 2A in baseball. Breaking ball lands high and outside from Coral, evening the count at 2-2. Both 1A schools, but combined enrollment for baseball, their state put them in 2A, so that makes it a little better. Here comes Coral on the 2-2. Swung on, fly ball, center field. McKinney in. Now he's thinking about going back. Nope, stops right in his tracks. He'll make the catch. Coral gets Phillips to fly to center for the second out of the inning. First two retired, base is empty. Up next, number 7 in the order is number 11, Kason Doppler, a junior second baseman. Doppler 083 on the year. Phillips was at 167. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. But Doppler in there from the right side. Coral, the lefties ready. The first offering low and in. Good block by Kite. Kept it relatively close to him. 1-0 the count. 2-zip. Warriors lead as we play here. Top of the second. They retired him without letting a run across in the first, then put up a couple. Called strike. Popped away from Kite, but the count is 1-1. Coral with 2 strikeouts. Also issued a walk. Here he comes. Oh, that one high and outside past Kite all the way to the backstop. 2-1. 20 pitches for Coral to get to the first. He's got 11 here. He's up to 31. And we track pitches because so does the state of Iowa. So Coral, a sophomore, he's out of the freshman limitations on his pitch. So he's got more to work with high outside on a fastball. And it's 3-1 to Doppler. Strong left side of the infield for the Warriors. Leffler at third, Millard at short. Fouled off. Out of play right side here. Count full. 3-2.
Good job by Will getting something close on 3-1. Now to a payoff pitch.
Coral's ready. And the payoff. Outside. Doppler draws a walk. 2-out base runner for Winfield. Coral's second walk issued with 2 strikeouts. And up next in the 8th spot for Winfield is number 2, Tayson Samuels. He's a sophomore. He'll bat from the right side, 300 even on the season. So 1 on and 2 out here. The top of the second, Coral will move to the stretch. He's ready, here he comes. Swing and a miss by Samuels, 0-1.
Good job by Coral after the walk to get that first pitch over, get it up 0-1.
He's ready again. Here comes the 0-1. Swung on, foul ball right side.
Going to get out of play.
Okay. Good cover there. 0-2. Coral will strike away from getting out of the inning. Let's see if he can get another K here. It'll make me work in a sponsor. I like to do that. Will ready. Here he comes. Breaking ball, and he swung over the top of it to set him down. Swinging. Third out of the inning. Gavin Pryor, the number 9 hitter, will lead off for Winfield when they bat in the third. No runs, no hits, no errors. Are going to leave one on the walk. Winfield Mount Union fails to score in the top of the second. 17 pitches for Coral to get through that inning. He's up to a game total of 37. Warriors coming to the plate in the bottom of the second when we come back after this 60-second break. They lead 2-0. You're tuned in to Warrior Baseball, streaming live on the Temple Radio Sports Group YouTube channel and also on the air at 92.7 KTWA. Back with you in 1 minute.
This is Van Buren County Superintendent Jeremy Hissam. Spring sports season, senior awards, start of summer sports, end of year banquets, and graduation have us all full of energy, and there's definitely a buzz in the air. We want to send best wishes to all students who are graduating or moving to another school next year, as well as to any staff member retiring or moving to a new chapter in life. New chapters are always exciting times because you get to choose how they are written. We wish you the best. Here in Van Buren County, we have one goal: be a great school for all kids. Warrior Pride, countywide.
This is Tim, owner of Slayton Polaris. We have seen a lot of changes since we opened our doors in 1988. One thing that hasn't changed is the way we treat our customers. We still offer the best machines at the best possible prices and strive to treat everyone the way we would want to be treated. This has been our policy since we started the business. If you're looking for the best in off-road vehicles, I'd like to invite you to stop in and meet us at Slayton Polaris, 8 miles south and west of Pulaski.
We're back with the Van Buren County Warriors on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Alrighty, back with you here at Perkins Field at the Mildred and Eddie Ferguson Sports Complex, just on the western edge of Keosauqua. We're up here in the Norman Kissling press box with assistance from the Hoagland Foundation. I'm alongside my color analyst, Mr. Eric Peterson. Cameraman and on-site producer behind us, Mr. A.J. Rowe, Mr. David Kirchner to the left of us, doing the PA announcing. For the Warriors, it will be 8-9-1. It's McKinney, Urach, and McEntee. Due up for the Warriors. McKinney from the left side, Genkinger the offering. Swung on, fouled off left side out of play to start the bottom of the second. 0-1 to McKinney. McKinney 0 for 3 versus Davis County. Looking to get off the schneid here. For his first hit of the year, he's got a no average. Took that one for a ball. 1-1. He made some good contact against West Burlington. He cranked one out to the right field corner. That was caught. Wind held it up. Lined one, fouled on the first base line also. He swings on that one. A little soft pop-up on the infield. Dropped by the third baseman coming in on the grass in front of the shortstop position. That'll be an E5. As McKinney gets on base, not the way he wanted to with a hit, but we'll take it.
McKinney just a little bit out in front of that one, caught it off at the end of the bat. It was spinning and was kind of a tough play for the third baseman who gave up on it a little bit.
Genkinger steps off, bluff throw, McKinney back. Up next for the Warriors, ninth in the order, number 7, Leo Urach, a freshman second baseman. Urach, 267 on the year. The offering, a called strike, throw down, McKinney underneath the tag. He's safe. Send Eli down to second on the stolen base. Pitch is a strike, 0-1 to Urach. Urach, 1 for 3 with a single against Davis County. Right-handed batter against the righty Genkinger. It's 0-1. Now 1-1.
That was a curveball from Genkinger, just a little bit up in the zone.
McKinney has his lead, not a big one. Genkinger eyes him, now comes to the plate. Swung on, drilled to right, and that one headed towards the gap. Down, close to the wall. McKinney turns on the jets. He's around third. He's going to score. Urach's bat is alive and well, as he's into second, the freshman, with a ringing double. RBI. Leo Urach score. McKinney on the play, and here in the bottom of the second, the Warriors take a 3-0 lead. The Urach double scores McKinney.
Now we're to the back to the top. Nobody out, runner on second.
McEntee takes a called strike. Genkinger out of the stretch. Urach's got his lead. Checks him. And the pitch. Blown outside to McEntee.
You know, the value of a stolen base there. McKinney moves up to second, scores easily on the double.
Mm-hmm. They check him. A bluff move. Urach back. Fourth hit. That pitch is outside, taken for a ball by Aiden. 2-1 the count. So far, Genkinger has given up 4 hits. Issued a walk. No strikeouts. 3 runs. Here's his next pitch. McAtee sends that one to the outfield. Going to get down in front of a charging left fielder. Urach had to wait. They'll try to get him, and they won't at third. Good base running by Urach. So you can give McAtee a single. Put him on at first. Move Urach to third. Another hit against Genkinger. Second of the inning. 5th overall. And up next for the Warriors, number 2, Kinnick Millard, bats second in the order, the sophomore shortstop. He singled, scored a run in the first. Miller, 278 coming into today. McAtee was 125. Here's a pitch from Genkinger. That one bounced to short. Going to score a run. They'll go to second for the force. On to first, no. So an RBI ground out by Millard. He'll reach on the fielder's choice. McAtee, first out of the inning, retired. What would that be? 6-4.
Yep.
6-4 at second base. Score Urach on the play. In the box now is Leffler. Takes a called strike to Isaac. 0-1. He flew out to left. So let's get this caught up here. The Millard fielder's choice scores Urach to make it 4-0 Warriors. They'll check the runner at first. He's back. So in the inning so far, McKinney reached on an error and scored. Urach, his double scored McKinney. He scored as well. McAtee had a single. He was put out on the bases, a called strike to Leffler. 0-2 the count. And the Millard fielder's choice scores Urach. McAtee was forced out at second. Here's the offering. That one grounded right back up the middle. Fielded in front of second base by the shortstop. He'll throw over, and no, pulled off the bag. A good throw, I believe, would have. Oh, he stepped. They're going to say he stepped on second? Boy, I thought he was in front of the bag. I guess he tapped it with his foot. So he was going for the double play there. Millard will be the second out of the inning, retired 6 unassisted. And then I guess he can't give him an error because he did get an out on the play. So Leffler reaches on a fielder's choice. Swung on, foul ball left side, out of play down the left field line.
Wow, Isaac had
by Meek.
Big lead and a great jump on that. That was a easy stolen base. He's got 7 already this year, and you can see why. He works hard on his lead, and he was gone as soon as the pitcher.
That scored Leffler a fielder's choice to reach, I guess? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
0-1 to Meek. He bounces that one over the first baseman. Leffler on the move, round second. He'll head to third.
Throw over, score Isaac.
And Meek moves up on the throw, so give Isaiah a single. Put Leffler at third, and Meek takes second on the throw. Should have hit the cutoff man and stopped it in the middle of the infield. It gave Meek an extra base.
So an E9 on the extra base for Meek.
Second error of the inning. Meeting at the mound here for Winfield Mount Union will give us a break and a chance to catch up so far. 1, 2, I got 3 hits in the inning for Van Buren. 6 hits given up by Genkinger. There's also been a couple of errors by Winfield.
In these first 2 innings, just exactly what you hope for from plate approaches. Really up and down the board for the Warriors, really disciplined. Anytime Genkinger gets a ball near the plate, they're really jumping on it, and it shows in the 6 hits and putting the ball in play. No strikeouts for the Warriors, which I think is another sort of key plus as we look at what's gone on in an inning and 2/3 so far.
Yeah, they've tallied 6 hits. and 4 runs. Taking a walk, like you said. No outs via the strikeout from Gankinger. So Warrior offense off to a good start tonight. In there now is Will Coral. Runners at second and third. He'll pop that one up and over us. Out of play, 0-1 to Coral. Coral on the mound tonight for the Warriors, 214 on the year. He singled, left on the bases in the first. Coral bounces that one through the hole between first and second. Bobbled out there by the right fielder. Leffler scores, so does Meek. Will Coral, it'll be a 2 RBI single for him. He's 2 for 2 on the night with 3 RBIs. I should also note that Meek has a double and a single tonight. Warriors lead 6-0. Swing and a miss on the first pitch to the number 6 hitter, wearing number 6, Dan Caston, freshman right fielder. He lined out to third his first time. So, Coral at first. 2 outs in the inning. A breaking ball taken by Caston, 0-2 to him.
You know, baseball is a weird game this way. So you struggle for a couple games over the weekend, can't score runs, but one guy hits and they start to follow.
You could say it's contagious, right?
It is.
Here's the next offering. Bounces off the catcher. Caston looked at a ball. That'll be a wild pitch. And a tough one to handle, I think. He tried to block it, but Coral down to second. Is it Ugriensen scoring on that one, a wild pitcher?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Catcher didn't have a chance.
So Coral at second in scoring position with 2 outs here. Warriors have tallied swing and a miss as Caston strikes out for the third out of the inning. But the Warriors do some damage. It'll be Benjamin, the DH, leading off for the Warriors when they bat in the third. The Warriors get 4 runs on, let's make sure we count the hits. 1, 2, I got 4 hits in the inning. Total of 7 given up total by Gankinger. So 4 runs on 4 hits. There were a couple of errors, and they end up leaving 1 on base. It's 6-zip, Van Buren County, after 2 are complete. I got 22 pitches. How about you to get...
I had 23.
23? Okay. I'll let Mr. Kirchner chime in on that one, and we'll go with that and when we come back from this one minute. Well, he's going to get to it right now. We'll just, we'll do a 30 when we go to break. We'll wait for the pitch count from Mr. Kirchner. I guess he's going to add them up. Let's go to our 30-second break right now. Coming back for the top of the third. Warriors lead 6-0 versus Winfield Mount Union. You're tuned in to Warrior Baseball, streaming live on the Temple Radio YouTube channel, also on the air at 92.7 KTWA. Let's take a 30-second break.
I'm Missouri Seed of Keosauqua. As the hay and pasture seeding season wraps up, it's time to start thinking about summer annuals and cover crops after wheat. When you're looking to improve your farm profit or grazing efficiency, call me, Ryan, at 319-293-3114, because you're not just buying seed, you're gaining a partner committed to quality and exceptional service for farmers. I'm Missouri Seed of Keosauqua, your dedicated seed expert. Let me help you grow your success. That number again is 319-293-3114, or visit us on Facebook at I'm Missouri Seed.
All right, we're back. For the top of the third. First pitch was a ball. As I swing my score sheet over to the number 9 hitter, number 22. Second pitch, also a ball. 2-0 to Gavin Pryor. Where's number 22, a junior, third baseman. 167 on the year. Coral ready. Swing and a miss. Gets him to swing through that one, 2-1. So the Warriors 4 runs on 4 hits. There were 2 errors. And they leave 1. Their third runner left on base. Swing and a miss. Count even at 2-2 to Gavin Pryor. He's the third baseman, 167 on the year. First plate appearance tonight. Here comes Will. And he gets a swinging strikeout of Gavin Pryor. First out of the inning, and that'll turn the lineup over to the leadoff man, Colby Newsom. Newsom at 462. Coral's 4th K. Brought to you by Dowd's Quick Stop. Colby Newsom in there from the right side. Where's number 10, senior left fielder. Squares to bunt, bunts a foul down the third base line, 0-1 the count.
Will continues to find himself in a good groove. Went 3-2 on that one on the first at batter, but has jumped up in the count here in the second. Leadoff hitter.
That one popped up right side.
Out of play.
Going to get out of play. So the count to Newsom remains 0-2. The 0-2 from Will. A little bit outside. 1-2 now to Newsom. Warriors lead 6-0. Top of the third, the Winfield half. Will ready again. Out of the windup. Breaking ball. Not missed his release point on that one. Left it high and outside. Evening the count at 2-2. Coral's ready, and here comes a 2-2. Swung on. Kite catches, or it's bounced, but right in front of the plate. Kite picked it up, threw it down to first, and Meek bobbled it. So kind of a funny single error?
Yeah.
E2? Oh, he hit it though, didn't he? Didn't he hit that? He didn't touch it with his bat?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he hit that. Check to the runner. They got him picked up. 1, 3, 6, and he is out.
Nice play.
A nice pickoff there.
Great dig by Kinnick Miller to short. Good throw by Meek, one hop, and Kinnick came up with it, got the tag on, and erased that runner.
Yeah, let's go back to the Newsom getting on base. He hit that with his bat.
Yeah, it was a it looked like it was a foul ball,
but they must have said Krieg picked it up in fair territory, then threw it down. So you give the air to Meek on the drop out of his glove, or the air on the throw to Kite.
It was a.
That's a tough one.
We'll come back to that.
Okay, Haynes in there now. Takes a called strike. Haynes drew walks, left on the bases in the first inning. 333 for him, swing and a miss.
I think the error goes to the catcher. Throw was inside.
Inside the line?
Yeah, Meek reached to make the tag when the ball came out, so let's call it an E2.
Strikeout there on the pitch from Coral, as Newsom was the second out of the inning. Haynes the third out on the backwards K. Coral's fifth strikeout of the night. 13 pitches to get him through the third. He's up to 50 in the game. Winfield Mount Union fails to score. They are set down. Well, not exactly 1, 2, 3, but they faced the minimum on the pickoff. So no runs, no hits. There was an error, and nobody left. After 2.5, Warriors lead 6-0. Coming back for the bottom of the third. After this 1-minute break, you're tuned into Warrior Baseball, streaming live on the Temple Radio YouTube channel. Also on the air, 92.7 KTWA. Back with you in 60 seconds.
This is Van Buren County Superintendent Jeremy Hissom. Spring sports season, senior awards, start of summer sports, end of year banquets, and graduation have us all full of energy, and there's definitely a buzz in the air. We want to send best wishes to all students who are graduating or moving to another school next year, as well as to any staff member retiring or moving to a new chapter in life. New chapters are always exciting times because you get to choose how they are written. We wish you the best. Here in Van Buren County, we have one goal: be a great school for all kids. Warrior Pride, countywide.
This is Milo Wells with Wells Hometown Drug in Bloomfield. Our goal here is to go above and beyond your expectations for the role that a pharmacy can play in you and your family's health. Since we have opened here, many things have changed. We've added experienced staff, updated our facilities, added clinical services like strep throat test and treat, and free liquid medication flavoring. One thing that has not changed is the vision of providing our patients with access to the best pharmacy services anywhere in the state. We, like many of you, believe Southeast Iowa is an amazing place to live, and we will continue to be committed to improving the lives of our patients.
We're back with the Van Buren County Warriors on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Alrighty, back with the bottom of the third. Warriors lead 6-0 versus Winfield Mount Union / Columbus. Blaine Benjamin, and there'll be Benjamin, McKinney, and Urach. Here we go. Genkinger, breaking ball high and in from Lane to The Warrior DH, 1-0 the count. Number 13, Blaine Benjamin, the senior, batting for Cree Kite. Benjamin looking for his first hit on the year. Let's see if he can get it low and outside from Genkinger. 2-0. This is the Warrior half of the third, the bottom. They lead 6-0. Blaine watched a strike. 2-1 to Benjamin. He's in there from the right side. Like to see him get a hit so we can put an average in front of his name on the season. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. Count even at 2-2.
Sometimes you just need to see one get through.
Yeah.
He needs a dork, a flare, a ground ball with eyes. Something to get going.
Genkinger out of the windup. Here comes a 2-2. Curveball lifted high. Full up to Blaine, 3-2. First batter of the bottom of the third here for the Warriors. Here comes the payoff. Blaine, a chopper. Backed up on and fielded by the third baseman, thrown over. And they retire Benjamin at first, 5-3 on the putout if you score along with us at home. First out of the inning, that was Pryor over to Wilson. A nice play by Winfield. Up next for the Warriors, it's 7-8-9 here in the lineup. This is the number 8 man. Wears number 11, Eli McKinney, the junior. Center fielder, reached on an air, scored a run. Last inning. Genkinger's first offering to him, breaking ball, swing and a miss by McKinney. 0-1. Eli, too, somebody we need to get his bat going. Genkinger ready, and his 0-1. Ooh, missed his release point big time on that one. It hit the catcher's bunny, shaking it off in his left hand. That was a breaking ball that was way, way outside. I don't think he didn't catch it, and it didn't hit his glove in the right spot either. I got him in the wrist, maybe. Tough one to judge there.
Yeah, that one got away from Genkinger a little bit.
1-1 to McKinney. Base is empty. 1 out. Here's the offering. Swung on, fouled back right at us here in the booth. 1-2 now to McKinney. Urach out of his on-deck spot to retrieve that foul ball. The 1-2 from Genkinger. McKinney swung at ball 2, chopped it, fouled on the first base line. It was low and in. Boy, it might have hit him if he didn't hit it. So we'll do it again. Do it again from 1-2 to McKinney. Genkinger, the offering. Outside on a ball. 2-2. McKinney in there, and so is Genkinger ready. The 2-2 swung on, popped up, left side. Gonna get out of play. We'll do it again from 2-2. Benjamin ground out. That started off the inning. 1 out, nobody on for the Warriors, but they do lead 6-zip here, bottom of the third. Here comes another 2-2. Barely missed.
I'm not sure how that didn't
McKinney?
didn't hit
Boy,
it.
yeah.
We're
full up.
We're standing right on that line. And
full up 3-2. It might have grazed him, who knows, but here's the payoff. Swung on, pop up, infield, third baseman back, in foul territory. Makes the catch. McKinney, the second out of the inning on the pop out to third.
You know, that's something to build on for Eli. Good at bat.
He battled, yeah.
Yeah, fouled off 4 or 5 pitches. It's a sign you're getting on him and just didn't get into that one, popped it up.
Here's Leo Urach. Took a ball on the first pitch from Genkinger. Urach, an RBI double, scored a run in the last inning. 1-0 the count to him. Genkinger ready. Here comes the pitch. Low and outside, all the way to the backstop. 2-0 to Leo. Base is empty with 2 out here. Warrior half of the third, the bottom half. Today felt like summer finally. It was probably in the low 90s. Humidity dropped though, so it's a pretty nice night for a game. High and outside on the next offering. 3-0 to Urach. I had to close up the house. Started off this morning with the windows open. Got a little sticky. I shut it up, turned the air on, but pleasantly surprised when I came outside in the afternoon. Called strike. 3-1 after getting stats ready for tonight. And the breeze helps a little bit too. But it's June now. We can expect the heat in southeast Iowa to come. Here's the offering. Swung on by Urach. Towards the left center field gap. Is it going to hang up there? It will. Newsom. He's a good athlete. I've watched him on the track, so he's quick, and he got to that one as it hung up there. So Urach flies out to the left fielder. Newsom, third out of the inning. It'll be the top of the order, leading off for the Warriors when they bat in the fourth. I had 19 pitches for... You had 19 as well?
I did.
All right. 19 for Ginkinger to get through the third. He's up to 63 game total. In that third, the Warriors go down 1-2-3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We will go to the top of the fourth when we come back after this 1-minute break. And Winfield Mount Union coming back to the plate. You're tuned in to Warrior Baseball, streaming live on the Atumwa Radio YouTube channel. Also on the air at your home for today's hits and yesterday's favorites, 92.7 KTWA and Atumwa Radio Sports Group Station. Back with you in 60 seconds.
Hi, Susan here at Wasco Hardware in Keosauqua. When you're wanting to spruce up your home, come see our kitchen and bath showroom. We also have flooring, from luxury vinyl to Shaw and Mohawk carpet. Every color for your rooms, from Best Look paint. Plan now to get all of your lawn and garden projects done from the help of Wasco Hardware. And remember, we have the perfect gift for that special someone, from Milwaukee tools, grilling, or a scented candle, and so much more. Wasco Hardware, downtown Keosauqua. Check us out online at wascohardware.com.
I'm Missouri Seed of Keosauqua. As the hay and pasture seeding season wraps up, it's time to start thinking about summer annuals and cover crops after wheat. When you're looking to improve your farm profit or grazing efficiency, call me, Ryan, at 319-293-3114, because you're not just buying seed, you're gaining a partner committed to quality and exceptional service for farmers. I'm Missouri Seed of Keosauqua, your dedicated seed expert. Let me help you grow your success. That number again is 319-293-3114, or visit us on Facebook at I'm Missouri Seed.
Alrighty, we're back with you here for the top of the fourth, 3, 4, and 5 in the order for Winfield. 1-0 to Riley Kalberg, who struck out his first time. It'll be Riley Kalberg, Lane Genkinger, Parker Wilson. Swing and a miss. Count even at 1-1 to Riley Kalberg. Playing center field, swing and a miss again. 1-2. He came into the game 429. Coral Reddy left that one down and out on a breaking ball. Count even at 2-2 now.
I don't miss that or mind that pitch on a 1-2 count. You got to weigh a little bit. You want to maybe be a little bit closer, but
trying to get him to nibble.
Yep, that's a good waste pitch and trying to get somebody to chase.
Here comes Coral's 2-2. Swung on, popped up to our left, and it's going to be on the roof. No, on the dugout, something on the.
I heard a clank
on the roof of the bleachers, I believe. Out of play is the end result. We'll do it again from 2-2. Kalberg ready. So is Coral. Here comes Will's 2-2. Swing on and fouled right back below us here into the fence. A 2-2. We'll do it again. Will has struck out 5. Chopped foul, third base side over towards the Winfield Mount Union dugout. Once again, we'll do it again from 2-2. He's issued 2 walks, struck out 5. Has a shutout going so far through 3+ innings. Here's the offering. Grounded. Millard charges at short. Oh, and he bobbled it. That's going to be an E6, allowing the leadoff man, Kalberg, to get on. Millard wanted to throw that one before he had it.
Just for the listeners, I did knock on wood when Shan said still got a shutout going. So
Announcer Jinx is in play.
Should be okay to cancel the announcement.
Announcer Jinx is in play, that's for sure. So, up next is number 7, Lane Genkinger in the cleanup spot. A senior on the mound, struck out his first time. He's in there from the right side, 357 for him on the year. Coral will check the runner at first. He's back safe.
Will's got a really fluid move to first base. Ginkinger had a good lead, so that was a good check back by Will.
Coral, a quick check to the plate he comes. Ooh, reached for way outside by Ginkinger. Swinging strike, it's 0-1.
Yeah, my bad. Kalberg had a big lead at first. Stretching it again.
Coral, a snap throw to first.
Ooh.
Well, that was close as well.
So Will has
he showed him a different one.
He has two good moves. This move was a step off and throw.
The other one's more of a pause with the leg in the air and see where he's going to step. Yeah, he showed him a different one that time. That was nice.
Almost got him.
Here he comes. Foul tip. Back to the fence. 0-2 to the cleanup man for Winfield Mount Union, Gankinger. He's doing the pitching tonight for the Wolves. 1 on, nobody out for them. Top of the 4th. Here comes Coral. When he got him to reach again. Gets the strikeout of Gankinger swinging. First out of the inning, but still that runner at first. Coral's 6th strikeout tonight, brought to you by Dowd's Quick Stop. Up next for Winfield.
First baseman.
5th in the order, number 9, Parker Wilson, the sophomore first baseman. Grounded out to second in the 2nd. He's 0 for 1. Coral coming to him. There goes the runner. The throw bounced. Millard can't handle it. Urach backs it up. Pitch was a strike. 0-1 to Wilson. Give Kalberg, after he reached on the air, a stolen base down to second. So a runner out there. Kalberg in scoring position with 1 out for Winfield. 0-1 to Wilson. In there from the left side. Swing and a miss on the offering from Coral. It's 0-2. Will going for another strikeout here, I think.
You know, in a 6-0 game, this is a situation where we'll just keep focused on the batter.
Ooh, and he did get him a half check swing, half swing, but he swung through it. And it'll go down as a swinging strikeout of Wilson. 2nd out of the inning. Coral gets tough, and after Kalberg got on that air, he sets 2 down via the K. 7th for Coral, brought to you by Dowd's Quick Stop. Up next, 6th in the order, number 12, Trevor Phillips, junior. Shortstop, flew out to center. His first time, he's 0 for 1. Coral the offering, fouled off right side. Riley Kalberg still out there at second base with 2 out now. Count 0-1 to Trevor Phillips. Trevor Phillips, 167 coming into today's action. Riley Kalberg was at 429. Wilson was at 385. Here comes Coral. Called strike. Quickly 0-2 to Phillips. Coral will strike away from getting out of this mini jam, I'll call it, with a runner at second with 2 out. Warriors lead 6-0, top of the 4th. Coral has his sign from Kite, and here he comes. Swung on weakly to Leo Urach at second. He'll catch it on the fly. Warriors out of trouble there. Trevor Phillips retired on a little soft liner to Urach at second. 3rd out of the inning. Doppler will lead off for Winfield when they bat in the top of the 5th. They failed to score. No runs on no hits. There was an error. They're going to end up leaving 1 on base. I had 17 pitches for Coral to get through the 4th. He's up to 67 game total. Warriors still lead 6-0. They're coming up in the bottom of the 4th. When we come back after this 1-minute break, you're tuned in to Warrior Baseball, streaming live on the Atomo Radio YouTube channel, also on the air at 92.7 KTWA. Back with you in 60 seconds.
Are you thinking about or ready to build that home or shop or deck that you've been dreaming about? Come see us at Dowd's Lumber and Home Center in Dowd's, and we will transform your dreams into reality. By using our 3D computer-aided design system, you can see and walk through your dream project. After your project is designed, we can generate a detailed material list to see if it fits within your budget. Contact Mike or Josh at Dowd's Lumber and Home Center to get your project started today. 641-936-7115 or check us out at dowdslumber.com.
This is Jeremy with Cranston Family Funeral Home. I want to take a moment and say thank you, not for choosing our funeral home, although we're deeply honored when you do, but for showing up for your neighbors, for supporting small businesses, for standing in line at visitations and hugging people you maybe haven't seen in years. That is what makes our communities feel like home. At Cranston Family Funeral Home, we don't believe in flashy promises. We believe in showing up quietly, respectfully, and doing the work that matters when it matters most. So from our family to yours, thank you. We see you, we are grateful for you, and we'll be here when you need us.
We're back with the Van Buren County Warriors on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Alrighty, we're back with you live on the Atomo Radio YouTube channel on the air at 92.7 KTWA for Warrior Baseball. It'll be the top of the order for the Warriors here in the bottom half of the 4th. Aiden McEntee in there from the left side. 125 on him for the year. He takes the first pitch for a called strike. 0-1 to McAtee. He has walked and singled, so he's 1 for 1 with that walk and a run scored. Genkinger still on the mound. He comes to McAtee. Too far outside. 1-1 to him. We've been scoreless since the bottom of the second, but that's okay. Warriors up 6-0. McAtee swings, grounds that one. The second baseman to his right, but McAtee too much speed. He beats it out. He hit it to a good spot. He'll have an infield single. Second hit of the night for McAtee. That's the, let's see, 8th hit given up by Genkinger without a strikeout. He's allowed those 6 runs through a wild pitch also. He started the inning with 63 pitches. He's up to 66. First pitch to Millard, lined over the shortstop for a single to right or left center, fielded out there and thrown back in over the cutoff man, but third baseman there to back it up. So back-to-back hits by the Warriors send McAtee to second. Millard with a single. He is 2 for 3 with a couple singles and a fielder's choice.
That's a really good job of hitting by Kinnick.
He's been on the first pitch tonight, hasn't he?
Gets a breaking ball to start, keeps his weight back, and just drives it out to left center field. Nice at bat.
First pitch to Leffler is behind him. Good job by the catcher to stop that. 1-0 to Isaac. Warriors have base runners at first and second with nobody out. A little something brewing here. Top of the fourth for Van Buren County. Leffler 0 for 2. He flied out and reached and scored a run on a fielder's choice.
And it looks like Genkinger is starting to labor a little bit. Fatigue may be coming here.
Inside, that's a pass ball on the catcher, all the way to the fence. 2-0 to Leffler, move everybody up 90. McAtee to third on the pass ball. He should have caught that one. That was inside, but it was catchable, in my opinion.
Isaac sitting in a hitter's dream spot here, up 2-0.
Up 2-0.
Runners on second, third.
Let's see if he can drive one somewhere. Here comes Genkinger's 2-0. Isaac took a ball alone outside, apparently. 3-0 to Isaac. Now he can look for one in a very, very specific spot here. He's up 3-0. Genkinger to him. Isaac foul tip. He had a good rip at that one.
And got the green light on 3-0.
3-1 now. Meek out of the on-deck circle to retrieve that foul ball. Warriors got 2 on. Second and third. Nobody out. That's McAtee and Millard, your base runners. Genkinger out of the windup with runners at second, third. Isaac slams that one back up the middle into right center. That's going to score McAtee. Isaac around first. Here comes the second run throw to the cutoff man. They won't get him. It's a 2 RBI single for Isaac Leffler, making it 8-0. Warriors here in the bottom of the fourth. You can score McAtee and Millard on the play. And we're going to have a pitching change here. 9 pitches for Genkinger in the fourth. Gives him a total of 72. He goes 3+. Gives up. Let's see, the Warriors got back-to-back hits here in the inning, right?
Yep.
3. So he started the inning with 7. That's 10. He gives up 10 hits. He's responsible for all those runs. That's 8-0 score. So 8 runs without a strikeout.
3 coming into pitch. Okay.
Let's try to get some changes here for you. What did he say? 3 came into pitch?
Yep.
The 22 prior out of the game?
Prior's out of the game, yep. And
number 3 is Carter Fennell.
Coming into pitch for the Wolves. And Genkinger moves to third base.
Genkinger
will hit in the number 9 spot in the
Genkinger to third. So we'll put spot 5 by him. And we'll get the scoring summary caught up here. That Leffler 2 RBI single scores McAtee and Millard to make it 8-0. Van Buren County here.
Carter Fennell.
You want to go over his line? Go ahead.
Pitcher entering the game is a freshman. He's pitched in 1 game. He's thrown 2 1/3 innings. 52 pitches. Against batting average is .231. He's given up 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 of those earned, walked 3 and struck out 1, and his ERA is a 6.0. So, a young pitcher coming in, has given up some hits and some walks in his one outing, but and comes into a game down 8-zip with a runner on first. Nice job hitting by Isaac. Just turned it around, and, as we talked earlier, that hitting is contagious. Warriors are squaring up the ball all over, putting a lot of baseballs in play. One strikeout through 3 and
3 plus.
Yeah, 3 and 3 plus.
Yeah, they're putting a lot of pressure on the Winfield Mount Union defense, that's for sure. Scored a couple here in the bottom of the 4th on 3 hits, back-to-back-to-back hits. Fennell to the first batter. There goes Leffler. He does not hesitate. He runs with the attitude that you can't throw him out, and they rarely do.
When you get jumps like that and his speed, you're rarely going to throw him out. What a great jump by Isaac, and another runner in scoring position.
1-0 to the Warrior cleanup man, Isaiah Meek. Fennell to Meek, high and outside, 2-0. Leffler on the night now is 1 for 3 with that 2 RBI single. Meek has got a couple of hits. Good to see his bat get going, a double and a single, 2 for 2. There goes Leffler stealing the third pitch as a ball dropped by the catcher, and Isaac's over there.
Again, Isaac was 4 steps down towards third before Fennell got his move towards the plate. Another good jump, and now in scoring position.
Like you said, Fennell, a freshman, so Isaac, a senior, he's been around. They're going to throw to him. The third baseman not on the bag, but he throws over there anyway, not even close. But I'm not sure why they're checking him now. He should have been checking him at first and second. He's checking him at third. I don't know, maybe Isaac's coming home. We'll see. I wouldn't put it past him to steal home, but Fennell to the plate, called strike to Meek. It's 3-1. So the freshman learned. He learned. You got to check Leffler, but I'm not sure Isaac's going anywhere. He's over there at third with nobody out. Warriors have scored 2. Here's the 3-1 to Meek. He draws a walk. So Meek down to first and third now with nobody out here, and a messy inning turned into for Winfield. First walk issued by Fennell. And up next for the Warriors in the 5th spot, number 9, Will Coral. Pitcher of record tonight. He's got a couple hits. He's 2 for 2 with a couple of singles, 3 RBIs. Will having a nice night from the plate. He's in there from the left side. 214 for him on the year. Looking to drive in another one here. Fennell out of the stretch. First and third. Here's the offering. Called strike. They will throw right back to the pitcher. Meek down to second on the stolen base. 0-1 to Coral. We're in the bottom of the 4th. It's 8-zip. Van Buren County with the lead. Second and third now, nobody out. 2 in scoring position. Coral looking to do more damage to help himself out on the mound. Outside on that offering from Fennell. Evening the count at 1-1. Fennell out of the stretch, even though the runners can't go anywhere. He's still working that way. Will sends a fly ball, center field. Center fielder back and to his right. Runners will go halfway. It's caught. Here comes the throw home. Runners tag over the mound to the catcher. Leffler scores. Meek to third. Sack fly for Will Coral and an RBI as he is the first out of the inning on the fly ball to center field. You can move the runners up. Score Leffler from third. Meek to third. And now it's 9-0. Van Buren County on the Coral sack fly, scoring Leffler.
That's really a good job by Coral. 1-1 pitch, get something he can hit and get the job done. Fly ball to center, sack fly.
First pitch to Dan Caston is a strike, 0-1. He's 0 for 2 with a line out and a strikeout. Caston wears number 6 at 6 in the order. He's a freshman playing right field. Contributed nicely to the Warriors so far this year. Kind of surprised me. Swung on and ripped towards the gap. Will it beat Newsom? It will. It's over him. He got a glove on it maybe, but couldn't catch it. That was a tough chance. Dan Caston with an RBI. We call that a double?
We're calling
that a double for Dan Caston.
I don't think he got a glove on
it. Okay,
so
just over him?
Yep, RBI double. He took a bad line on it, but put him in a position where he kind of underran it a little bit. Tried to make a catch, but couldn't do it.
So the Caston double scores Meek to make it 10-zip. Van Buren County, and now the run rule comes into play here. Swung on by Blaine Benjamin. I think he missed it. Ricocheted off the catcher to the fence, I think.
I think that's the right call. That one looked weird.
Did that go out of play? Was that live? Or did that go over the? I don't know. It's 0-1. Maybe it was a foul tip. I don't know. Benjamin bounces that one. Oh, and a nice play by the third baseman. Got the runner, but he goes to first. Off the bag. He's safe. Benjamin reaches on the E5. Yeah, E5, third baseman. Move Kasten to third. He was hung up, but he waited for the throw and then went to third.
The Winfield Mount Union pitcher, he's got a little pop for a freshman and has done a good job of throwing strikes since that first at bat.
Here comes Fennell to McKinney. They'll throw back behind Kasten. He's back safely. Pitch was a ball. 1-0 to McKinney. Warrior runners at first and third. That's Kasten at third and Benjamin at first after he reached on the air. McKinney in the game reached on an air and lined out or flied out to third base. Probably popped out, so he's 0 for 2, but he does have a run scored. Fennell out of the stretch, checks the runners to the plate. Check swing, McKinney went. Count at 1-1 to Eli.
Helped him on that one. That was a ball off the plate. Tried to check his swing, but hands broke the plate.
Yeah, that was a weird play there up to Benjamin. I don't know if he hit that when he swung. It ricocheted off the catcher's mask, but I'm not sure where the ball went after that. Did anybody swing and a miss by McKinney? Because, I mean, technically that's a live ball still, isn't it? Warrior runners can take off on that if they want to. I'm not sure where it went, if it went.
I don't know. I didn't hear it hit the fence.
Yeah. Unless they're saying he tipped it, maybe. Maybe they did. I don't know. That was weird. Chopped foul, first base side.
It almost sounded like it hit his hands on the swing, that he was inside of it, and because he swung, it's not a hit.
Strike. Right.
It's not a hit by pitch.
But it would be a dead ball?
Yes, it's foul ball.
Foul ball, okay. Nobody really went after it very hard. That was the weird thing to me.
There was a little thud when that one came through.
And I thought I heard a tick. That pitch was a ball. I thought I heard a tick of a catcher's mask after he swung. Or you're saying that was his hands when he did it? Okay, it sounded like the tick of the plastic of the catcher's mask to me. But 2-2 to McKinney. But that one's in the past. It's 2-2. Runners first and third. Warriors have scored 4 here. They lead 10-zip. Bottom of the fourth. Winfield Mount Union be down to their final ups. Swung on by McKinney. Popped up weakly on the infield. Foul territory. Third baseman, that's Pryor, ran into Kasten in foul territory, but able to recover and make the play.
Ginkinger is now
Ginkinger is at third. Yep, he's off the mound. So McKinney pops out the second time to the third baseman. That would be the second out of the inning. So now 2 on and 2 out for Leo Urach, who is 1 for 2 with an RBI double, scored a run. Genkinger is playing third. Fennell on the mound. Pryor, I think they removed Pryor, the original third baseman, from the game.
How about another big 2-out hit out of Urach?
Here's the first pitch from Fennell to Urach. Bounced softly. And it's a boot by the shortstop. Third baseman tried to cut it off. He couldn't get it. Shortstop booted it. So no RBI is that. You can't assume that one, I don't think.
Was he going to get him, though?
Mr. Kirchner, I think, would say no RBI because that should have been the third out of the inning.
Calling an error.
Okay. So Urach reaches on the air.
E6.
Score Kasten on the play and move
Benjamin
to second. Here comes Fennell to McAtee. High and outside. The Warriors have batted around, so the fifth inning becomes the fourth in my scorebook, 1-0. Warriors lead 11-0. Catch up the scoring summary here in a minute on the Urach grounder. McAtee from the left side. Fennell to him. Aiden swings, pops it up, left side, foul on their dugout, out of play. 1-1 the count to him. So Urach reaches on the E6. No RBI because it's an error. Should have been the third out of the inning if he fields it cleanly, is our judgment. Tough judgment. These scoring plays they're hard. They really are. I don't know how the official scores do it in the MLB, but Here's the next offering.
Same way we
Ball.
do, with a lot more experience.
Yeah, right. 2-1 to McAtee. It's Benjamin out there at second. Yurek at first. 2-1 to McAtee. The offering. A ball. Low and outside.
You know, as a hitter, you'll hear me talk a lot about 3-1 and 2-0. That's where you want to be as a hitter. You're just in such a position of sort of power and confidence over the pitcher. So we'll see what.
Fennell out of the stretch, checks the runner at second. McAtee bounces one to first on 2 hops, gloved, and he'll take it himself to retire the side. Third out of the inning. If the Warriors need to bat in the 6th, Millard will lead off. So McAtee retired 3 unassisted. But the Warriors do big damage. 2, 3, 4. They score 5 times on, let's make sure we count these hits. 3, 4. I got 4 hits. And the errors by Winfield Mount Union, I got 2 of those. So 5 runs on 4 hits, 2 errors. They leave 2 on base. I got 23 pitches for Fennell to get through the 4th inning. So after 4.5, 11-0, Warriors lead. Let's take a 30-second break and come on back for the top of the 5th. 10-run rule in effect. Winfield will have to put some runs on the board if we want to keep playing. Back with you in 30 seconds. You're tuned in to Warrior Baseball, streaming live on the Temple Radio YouTube channel, on the air at 92.7 KTWA. Back with you in 30.
Hi, I'm Cody Crane with Crane Concrete Ready Mix. If you're tired of not mattering to the big corporate companies, then call us. When you work with us, you won't be on a waiting list. We can get you concrete when you need it. We are a family-owned business, offer competitive prices, and are easy to work with. We deliver to Davis, Wapello, Van Buren, and Jefferson counties. Work with a company that will take care of you. Call me, Cody Crane, at 641-919-1350.
Okay, you can see what Mr. Kirchner said. All right, back with you. First pitch as we're playing fast break baseball here. Missed a pitch already. 1-0 to Kason Doppler. He drew a walk, stranded on the bases. Coral coming to him. It's ball 2. I had 23, maybe 24 pitches. We'll see what Mr. Kirchner said. For pitches for Fennell to get through that inning. Coral out of the windup. 2-0, 3-0. Skip past Kite to the left. It's 7, 8, 9 in the order. Doppler, let's listen. It's 3-0 to Fennell. 25 pitches for Fennell. The 4th pitch is a walk on 4 pitches. So the 3rd walk issued by Coral tonight. Doppler will go down to first, leadoff man on for Winfield Mount Union.
So we'll see here all night long. Will's done a good job of battling back after, any sort of adversity. So
here's the number 2, bats 8 in the order. Tayson Samuels, the catcher. He's a sophomore. Watches ball 1. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout.
That one was close.
So the leadoff man on, Doppler down to first with nobody out. Swing and a miss from Samuels. Count even at 1-1. Samuels 300 coming into tonight. Doppler was at 083. Coral will check. Close. He's back. That was the lift the leg move, not the quick step off snap throw move.
But had him leaning again.
He did. The 1-1, high and outside. 2-1 to Samuels. 1 on, nobody out for Winfield. They trail 11-zip here. Top of the 5th. Coral to the plate. Swing and a miss. Will evens up the count at 2-2. Coral started this inning with 67 pitches. He's got 8. He's up to 75. His endurance is definitely better in his sophomore year, that I can tell. Popped up right over us on that 2-2. We'll do it again.
Yeah, into the fifth inning with where we at
76 pitches right now. Yeah.
He still looks comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Last year he was effective on the mound too when he wasn't tired. I guess he's fouled back right at us. We'll do it again from 2-2. I mean, I guess that's an obvious thing to say. You can say that with most pitchers; they're more effective when they're not tired. But you could really tell it from him because he was a freshman and he'd be cruising along maybe through 1 or 1.5 times through the order, and then all of a sudden his command would just go away, and you could tell. Snap, throw to first, runner back. You could just tell when he got tired, I guess you'd want to say. You could really notice it. His command would go away, and they'd have to make a move. So this year what I'm seeing is, like you said, we're into the fifth, 77 pitches now. He still looks pretty strong. Swing and a miss. He does get a strikeout to Samuels, second time swinging. First out of the inning. Give Coral his 8th strikeout. Up next for Winfield Mountain Union is number 3, Carter Fennell, the pitcher, into the 9th spot in the order for Pryor, the original third baseman, after Genkinger moved over. Coral's first offering outside to Fennell. 1-0. That runner for Winfield, Doppler, drew a walk. He's still at first. 1 on and 1 out. Coral to Fennell. High on a fastball. 2-0. No game tomorrow for the Warriors. Wednesday will be at the Field of Dreams. 6 p.m. first pitch. Looking forward to that one. See what that's all about. Called strike. Fennell took it.
Looks like this is Fennell's first at-bat of the year.
First at-bat, yeah. He's coming in with no average. Coral's 2-1. Check swing. He called strike. I think it was a strike anyway. I might have held, but it was a called strike, so 2-2. Coral, I think he's going after a strikeout here, and he gets it, swinging. Second out of the inning. Another K for Coral, his 9th. Brought to you by Dowd's Quick Stop. And that pitching change for Fennell, I should have said, was brought to you by Pilot Grove Savings Bank. That'll turn the lineup over to number 10, Colby Newsom. He's 0 for 2, ground out, reached on an air, high and outside on the first pitch from Coral. 1-0. Newsom playing left field, 462. He's a good athlete. I remember him from watching Winfield run track. He's a good 400, 800 runner, I believe. Low and outside. 2-0. I believe he was a conference champion of one of those events at the conference meet in Waco. Coral to the plate, 2-0, inside, 3-0.
Because we're both former athletes and superstitious, we haven't been talking about a milestone that might be coming up with this out.
I'm not talking about it. That one. Line to first. Meek gloved it, got snuck away from him, and I think that's going to be an E3?
E3.
So the milestone's still intact.
Wow. Just even think about it and it comes in danger.
Newsom reaches on the E3. Send Doppler to second. So 2 on and 2 out now. 20 pitches for Coral in the inning. Up next is Graham Haynes, number 1, second in the order. The freshman low outside on that pitch from Coral, 2-1-0. He's playing right field tonight. He drew a walk straight on the bases in the first, struck out in the third. He's 0 for 1 with that walk. So 2 on, 2 out. There goes a runner from second. The pitch is a called strike. They'll throw down and get him by a mile. Cree Kite to Isaac Leffler. Pitch was a strike to Haynes, but Doppler thrown out 2-5, and they got him by a long shot. Wow, that's the farthest I've seen a runner thrown out at third in some time. 2-5, third out of the inning to end this one on the 10-run rule with Haynes at the plate. So the Coral throws a no-hitter. We didn't want to say it until it was official, but Winfield Mountain Union there in the top of the 5th gets no runs on no hits. There was an error by the Warriors. That's how the second runner got on. The other one was a walk. He got thrown out at third trying to steal. And they'll leave 1 on base. So the Warriors win it. 11-zip. Good showing tonight by Van Buren County at 22 pitches I had for Coral to get through that inning. It takes them to 67, 87, 99, just shy of 100 on the night. We'll see what Mr. Kirchner comes up with. So I got to write down the totals here for Winfield Mountain Union. No runs no hits. There was one error by the Warriors. They leave one. They left a total of 4 tonight, I believe. Mr. Kirchner had 22 as well. Game total for Will of 99. As he no hits, Winfield Mount Union tonight, 11-zip. So good job by the Warriors all around. Their offense got going. They played some pretty good defense. 3 errors, so I'm sure head coach Shane Bagley would probably like to see a little bit of an improvement there, but none of them really came back to hurt him much. Will Coral able to get out of some jams, not super serious jams, but some mini jams tonight with some strikeouts, as he had 9 of those total, helped out by his defense on that last play, as Creekite threw out that runner for the third out of the inning to Isaac Leffler down at third base. So the Warriors win 11-0. That'll take us to the postgame show brought to you by the Van Buren County Community School District, where they have one goal: be a great school for all kids. Warrior Pride county-wide, and I think we got enough ads in so far tonight, but we'll take a 3-minute break to start the post-game show, and that'll give Eric and I some time to make sure we got all our stats in line before we get into things in the post-game show. You're tuned in to Warrior Baseball, streaming live on the Ottumwa Radio YouTube channel, also on the air at 92.7 KTWA. Back with the post-game show after this 3-minute break.
I'm Missouri Seed of Keosauqua. As the hay and pasture seeding season wraps up, it's time to start thinking about summer annuals and cover crops after wheat. When you're looking to improve your farm profit or grazing efficiency, call me, Ryan, at 319-293-3114, because you're not just buying seed, you're gaining a partner committed to quality and exceptional service for farmers. I'm Missouri Seed of Keosauqua, your dedicated seed expert. Let me help you grow your success. That number again is 319-293-3114, or visit us on Facebook at I'm Missouri Seed.
Hi, this is Amanda Manning Morris. Farmers and ranchers, we know your work is the backbone of our community. At First Iowa State Bank of Keosauqua, we're proud to offer ag lending solutions tailored to your needs. Whether it's land, equipment, or operational expenses, we've got the tools to help your operation grow. With competitive rates, flexible terms, and local experts who understand agriculture, we're here to support you every step of the way. Partner with a bank that knows the land and stands by its people. First Iowa State Bank, your ag lending partner. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Van Buren County Superintendent Jeremy Hissom. Spring sports season, senior awards, the start of summer sports, end of year banquets, and graduation have us all full of energy, and there's definitely a buzz in the air. We want to send best wishes to all students who are graduating or moving to another school next year, as well as to any staff member retiring or moving to a new chapter in life. New chapters are always exciting times because you get to choose how they are written. We wish you the best. Here in Van Buren County, we have one goal: be a great school for all kids. Warrior Pride, countywide.
Tiffany here. The best things in life are a nice spring day, a tasty treat, and a great deal. That's right, a great deal. So why not swing by Dowd's Quick Stop? Savor our barbecue chicken pizza or classic cheeseburger and fries combo. Craving something sweet? Our ice cream is on and is the best around. Dive into our spring fun with our specialty pizza starting at $17.99. Visit us today in Dowd's and follow us on Facebook at Dowd's Quick Stop for more delicious deals. Stop by for a quick taste of spring.
At Smithburg Automotive, driving adventures allow you to explore comfortably, safely, and in every aspect of your summer vacation. Smithburg Automotive in Fairfield, schedule your vehicle's trip check today. Call 641-472-2454, 641-472-2454.
Smithburg Automotive in Fairfield. Get your trip check scheduled today. Call 641-472-2454. That's 641-472-2454.
Are you thinking about or ready to build that home or shop or deck that you've been dreaming about? Come see us at Dowd's Lumber and Home Center in Dowd's, and we will transform your dreams into reality. By using our 3D computer-aided design system, you can see and walk through your dream project. After your project is designed, we can generate a detailed material list to see if it fits within your budget. Contact Mike or Josh at Dowd's Lumber and Home Center to get your project started today. 641-936-7115, or check us out at dowdslumber.com.
We're back with the Van Buren County Warriors on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Alrighty, we're back with you here from the Ferguson Sports Complex, Perkins Field, up here in the Kissling Press Box, where we just watched an 11-0 no-hit shutout for the Warriors over the Winfield Mount Union / Columbus Wolves. A good performance all around tonight by the Warrior varsity baseball team. Time of the game, it took about an hour and 20 minutes for the Warriors to complete that 11-0 no-hit shutout. And let's go through the totals quick. For the Warriors, 11 runs on 11 hits, 3 errors, 5 left on base. For the Winfield Mountain Union / Columbus Wolves, no runs on no hits, 5 errors. They leave 4 on base. Winning pitcher Will Cora, losing pitcher Lane Gankinger. And I should mention this is the post-game show. Warrior Baseball, brought to you by the Van Buren County Community School District, where they have one goal: be a great school for all kids. Warrior Pride, countywide. No, keep it on there. We'll do one at a time because we've just got 3 headsets. So let's start with Coach first, and then we'll get to Will.
Go to the big dog first if you want.
Yeah. Let's get this down, too, so we can, maybe I can hand it to you, AJ. We'll get the camera pointed in the right direction here.
Gatorade a sponsor, Shan? Do I need to do any, no?
If you want to, you can throw in that, is that the 0?
They are now, Coach.
Low-cal.
Yeah. All right, head coach Shane Bagley, nice enough to stop by and chat with us here in the Warrior Baseball postgame show, brought to you by the Van Buren County Community School District, where, of course, you know they have one goal: be a great school for all kids. Warrior Pride, countywide. Dude, just do a little mic check, Coach, and see if you got some volume there. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay,
great.
perfect.
Yep.
That sounds good. Man, what a good performance tonight by your baseball team. They were better in all aspects of the game, I would say, tonight versus Winfield. I mean, you guys came out, you shut them down right away in the first inning. Eric and I were talking about it. You jump on them and score some runs right away. You play with the lead all night. Your defense is pretty good. Multiple guys have multiple hits throughout your lineup. I got 4 guys, I think, with 2 hits and a few guys with 1 hit. I mean, 11 hits total. It must have been really nice for you to see that offense get clicking. We'll talk about Will in a minute, but let's talk about the offense first.
Hey, I'll tell you what, we told him after the game, hey, we're stringing hits here and there, every game, but, man, it feels nice to string them together. You know what, get some RBIs, get some runs on the board, and, hey, I just thought, we always teach them, hey, we got to come out like our hair's on fire, and I think finally they did that tonight. I'm not going to say, I think Winfield overlooked us a little bit just with chatting with their coaches before the game. And, I think the kids take that a little bit personally.
Sure.
And, hey, now they get a long bus ride home to think about it.
You bet. And what a change from the weekend. I mean, we go over to the Davis County tournament, and you and I talked about it last week, how you might have to throw a few different pitchers over there just because of where everybody was on their pitch count. Fairfield has a nice team. I'm not going to take that away from them, and Davis County played a fairly good game as well. But man, your offense sure looked night and day different tonight. I just taking better pitches, doing better things with the ones that they could hit. I mean, it was just a night and day difference. I really got to give your kids a lot of credit for their quality at bats tonight.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. After that tournament, we didn't hit the greatest, and that was kind of what we keyed on after the game when we talked to the kids is offense. And big shout out to Coach Lowry. He came up here last night at 7 o'clock and threw batting practice to anybody willing to come. And, 4 of the kids came up here to work on some stuff. And I'll tell you what, it sure showed tonight.
Yeah.
It really did.
Coach, they did a good job being aggressive at the plate, but really disciplined. I mean, drew a couple walks, and sometimes that's hard when you're really looking to be aggressive to lay off pitches that are out of the zone. But really got tuned in early. So it's got to feel good.
Yeah, it feels great, and that's another thing we keep stressing. You get 3 strikes for a reason, right? Hey, if you're seeing that fast or that curveball pitch 1, we don't need to swing at it if it's not your pitch. You get 3 strikes, so it's like, hey, you're looking for yours.
Yep.
We've been stressing that, and tonight, we did. We worked some counts, took some walks, and definitely took our pitch and then put it out in the field.
Yeah, so. Eric had commented on it through the game, how you guys were working the count in your favor and not necessarily swinging at the pitcher's pitch early in the count. You get it to 2-0, and Eric talked about 2-0, 3-1, 3-0, a spot where a hitter can really look to do some damage. They can zero in on that spot where if it's not there, you got a pitch or 2 to work with.
Exactly.
So you can take it. But if it is there, you go do damage with it, and that's what we saw, I think, from your guys tonight.
Yeah, total 180 from the kids. I'm so proud of them. I mean, this one feels good, and I think they needed it, for a little confidence boost. And, yeah, I'm just really happy for them, man. They've been putting the work in, and I'm really proud of them.
Yeah, well, we got a big one coming up. No game tomorrow, but, man, an exciting one on Wednesday.
Yeah.
As you guys get to take the charter up there to the Field of Dreams movie site. Man, I'm looking forward to getting there and calling a game from there. I bet you the kids are excited too. I'm going to make sure that I watch the movie again. I've seen it, but it's been a while, so I'm going to watch it again tomorrow on our day off and just maybe throw in a few quotes or whatever. But man, are the kids excited? They got to be excited to go up there.
Yeah, they are. Just if you watch it, don't be the guy that's choking on the hot dog like the little kid.
Okay. All right. I'll make sure I'm not.
No, we're super excited. We're actually going to watch the movie on the way up on the charter bus. So it's going to be great. I'll tell you what. I think every high school team in America wants to be in our spot on Wednesday. So this is huge for the kids.
Sure.
I'm just so happy.
Yeah, what a great opportunity.
Yeah.
I mean, thankful to all that made it happen. I saw a lot of sponsors throughout the community, putting some bucks forward so they can get the charter bus. The kids can have a nice ride up there and be relaxed, So that's really big to see. That's what I love about the
this
community.
Community's awesome. I mean, we all know that.
Yep. All right, hey, if you want to give the headset to the player of the game, there's no question about that one.
Yeah, let's go to the big dog here.
We'll talk to Will Coral.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Hey, thanks, Coach. I appreciate it. Hi, Will.
What's up?
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. What an effort tonight on the mound, at the plate. It's got to feel good after that Davis County tournament. Maybe come out of that one feeling a little bit down. You guys, a couple of tough losses over there to some good teams, but you guys come right back tonight and turn it around. They didn't have any hits. We scored that one in error that runner got on Meek off Isaiah's glove there in the top of the fifth. So you had a no-hitter through 5 innings and shut him down. It's got to feel good for you to just put in that effort like that for yourself, for your teammates, to get your second win of the year. Talk about it a little bit.
Oh, yeah, it definitely feels great. My first pitching performance of the year against Meepo wasn't great. I pitched good, but defense was a little rough. It's okay, though.
And Meepo has a nice team. There's no doubt about it. They're 6-1 on the year for a reason. We'll get another crack at them over here, but we know that they're going to have a good season.
They're definitely a good team. Definitely a good team. And my hitting definitely. It started off pretty decent at the start of the year, and it's been going downhill. But it feels good to go 2-2 on the night and just get 2 hits back on the board.
4 RBIs, I think, for you as well.
I think so
driving in the guys that are getting on ahead of you in the lineup. One thing I was telling Eric about is you got some valuable varsity playing time last year. You played a lot. One thing I would notice, though, is when you were pitching well, there was like a cutoff. When you got tired, you'd lose your command, and they have to, you walk a few guys or hit some batters, and they have to take you out of the game. Tonight, that was not the case. You're a year older, a year bigger, a year stronger. I watched you in basketball. Did you feel that way on the mound tonight as you got to the later inning, meaning the 4th and the 5th, where your stamina was just where you wanted it to be?
Yeah, I think definitely just working throughout the offseason with my pitching, and I think just keeping my composure as I've grown older just helps me just calm myself down and allows me to increase and just stay.
Yeah, and we noticed, it wasn't really a terrible jam for you guys tonight. Maybe a couple of, I call them mini jams, where you get maybe, a runner on with 1 or 2 out, maybe 2 on with 1 out. You get a strikeout, so then you got the 2 outs, and you're able to get out of the inning. I thought you and your defense did a really nice job of, obviously, because you threw the shutout and the no-hitter, but you did a nice job of getting yourself out of those innings.
Yep, really, I'm just confidence, really. I looked at the scoreboard, knew I had defense behind me, and I just threw my game, really.
Yeah. Eric, go ahead.
Yeah, Will, as you every time you would have a walk or something, you would answer and come back, maybe get up early in the next count, and really nice job in sort of staying focused and going through. Talk a little bit, did you think about sort of as we got to the 5th inning, the no hits? Were you aware that they hadn't gotten one yet?
I was definitely like the 4th inning, I started talking about it in the dugout, and they were all yipping at me and talking and like how I shouldn't.
we were trying not to say something.
Right, we don't want to jinx it. We don't want to be the one.
Yeah, Isaac Leffler didn't. I said something. He was like, "Why would you say that?" And I was like, "I shouldn't have said that." But I just went out there and had confidence still, and just ended the game, but didn't give up a hit. And it feels good. Definitely.
Yeah, you look strong down the finish. So congratulations, and that's a good one. Hitting's contagious, and a couple of hits from a number of people and getting some runs on the board certainly makes it a little easier when you're out there on the mound.
Definitely.
Yeah, and with your at-bats, is there one thing that you can kind of key in on that maybe turned it around a little bit here for you lately? I mean, one thing that you worked on, is there one of your coaches maybe told you? Because, man, you sure had some good at-bats tonight. Maybe it's just the pitcher that you're seeing the ball better from him, or were you keying in on one something specific that led to the great at-bats tonight?
Yeah, really just going out and hitting with Andrew last night at 7 o'clock. I've been having a slight problem with stepping out and that's my problem. I can't really hit
With
the
your
ball.
lead foot?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, I can't really hit the ball hard. So
Mhm.
we worked on that last night and got that all figured out. So hopefully that should lead to more base hits now.
Sure.
And really just confidence in the box and just telling myself attack, attack, attack.
Yep.
Any pitch I see, and I guess it helped. Worked out tonight.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, we'll look for more great things for you as the season goes on. We got an exciting one. I know you guys are all excited to go up there to Field of Dreams on Wednesday, and we'll face Fort Madison. So we're looking for another good performance. We know you won't be on the mound because of the pitch count and the days off, but we'll probably see you out there in left field for sure and in the 5th spot in the lineup. So a big congratulations to you.
Thank you.
You're our player of the game with the no-hit 5-inning pitching performance. Two for two with a sac fly, 4 RBIs from the plate. Congratulations, Will.
Thank you.
All right. That's Will Coral, everybody, and head coach Shane Bagley. That's our post-game interview. And we'll take one last 2-minute break here in the Warrior Baseball post-game show as they prep the field for – is there a JV game tonight? It looks like their dugout is cleared out. I'm not sure that we're playing JV. Apparently not. So they're going to get the field ready for Thursday night. So varsity and JV baseball action done here for the night at the Ferguson, but we're almost all wrapped up. We'll take another 2-minute break, then come back and wrap up this Warrior Baseball postgame show sponsored by the Van Buren County Community School District, where they have one goal: be a great school for all kids. Warrior Pride countywide. And I should throw in one more sponsor quick because I know I got one for the player of the game. It's Milo and his team at Wells Hometown Drug in Bloomfield and Keosauqua. Ask them about free delivery or curbside pickup options. All right, one last 2-minute break, then Eric and I and AJ will come back and wrap it up for you. You've been tuned in to Warrior Baseball, streaming live on the Atumwa Radio YouTube channel, also on the air at 92.7 KTWA. Warriors win 11-0 on a 5-hit no-hitter from Will Coral versus Winfield Mount Union. Back with you in 2 minutes.
I'm Missouri Seed of Keosauqua. As the hay and pasture seeding season wraps up, it's time to start thinking about summer annuals and cover crops after wheat. When you're looking to improve your farm profit or grazing efficiency, call me, Ryan, at 319-293-3114, because you're not just buying seed, you're gaining a partner committed to quality and exceptional service for farmers. I'm Missouri Seed of Keosauqua, your dedicated seed expert. Let me help you grow your success. That number again is 319-293-3114, or visit us on Facebook at I'm Missouri Seed.
This is Jeremy with Cranston Family Funeral Home. I want to take a moment and say thank you, not for choosing our funeral home, although we're deeply honored when you do, but for showing up for your neighbors, for supporting small businesses, for standing in line at visitations and hugging people you maybe haven't seen in years. That is what makes our communities feel like home. At Cranston Family Funeral Home, we don't believe in flashy promises. We believe in showing up quietly, respectfully, and doing the work that matters when it matters most. So from our family to yours, thank you. We see you, we are grateful for you, and we'll be here when you need us.
From backyard barbecues to lake getaways, summer is all about making memories. At Pilot Grove Savings Bank, we make it easy to enjoy the season with stress-free banking that fits your lifestyle. Mobile banking on the go? Check. Easy loan options for home upgrades or vacations? Check. Friendly local service you can count on? Always. Make the most of your summer. Bank with Pilot Grove Savings Bank. Visit us at pilotgrovesavingsbank.com or stop by any of our 17 locations. Pilot Grove Savings Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
This is Van Buren County Superintendent Jeremy Hissom. Spring sports season, senior awards, the start of summer sports, end of year banquets, and graduation have us all full of energy, and there's definitely a buzz in the air. We want to send best wishes to all students who are graduating or moving to another school next year, as well as to any staff member retiring or moving to a new chapter in life. New chapters are always exciting times because you get to choose how they are written. We wish you the best. Here in Van Buren County, we have one goal: be a great school for all kids. Warrior Pride, countywide.
We're back with the Van Buren County Warriors on the Atumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
All right, we're back with you. Final time here from the Ferguson Sports Complex at Perkins Field up here in the Kissling Press Box. It's great to have those interviews. I really enjoy those, especially after a nice win like this with head coach Shane Bagley and Eric and I throwing some questions at Coach and the star of the game, Will Coral. He was our player of the game, brought to you by Milo and his team at Wells Hometown Drug. They came up here right away. I mean, after a win, it was a quick chat. I think there wasn't too much to be upset about tonight, you know, after a tough loss or maybe if you didn't play so well. But it was a quick chat, and they got up here right away. So we appreciate them coming up here. And we didn't even get to go through the scoring summary, so we'll go through that quick. Let's get the totals one more time. Van Buren County tonight, 11 runs on 11 hits, 3 errors, 5 left. Winfield Mount Union, no runs on no hits, 5 errors, and they leave 4. Let's go through that scoring summary quickly here to account for the Warriors' 11 runs. In the bottom of the first, a Meek double scored McAtee to make it 1-0 Warriors, and a Coral single scored Miller to make it 2-0 after 1 inning of play. In the bottom of the second, a Leo Urach double scored McKinney to make it 3-0 Warriors. A Millard fielder's choice scored Urach to make it 4-zip. And then the big blow of the inning was a Coral single that scored 2, Leffler and Meek to make it 6-0 Warriors after 2 innings of play, and things were looking pretty good. In the, bottom of the, when did they score? I didn't write it down. Bottom of the fourth is when they got the rest of their runs. A Leffler 2 RBI single scores McAtee and Millard to make it 8-zip Van Buren County. A Will Coral sac fly scored Leffler, 9-zip Warriors. A Dan Caston double scored Isaiah Meek to make it 10-zip, and a Urach grounder with an E6 scored Caston to make it 11-zip Warriors, and that was our final. Lots of hits all over the lineup tonight. Aiden McEntee with 2, Kinnick Millard with 2, Leffler with 1, Meek with 2. It's good to see Isaiah get some hits going on the year. He was 2 for 2 with an RBI and a walk and a couple of runs scored. Good for Isaiah. He's an important bat to get going. Will Coral, player of the game, 2 for 2 with a sac fly, 4 RBIs. Dan Caston had a hit. Leo Urach had a hit. So, man, a good performance, Eric, by the Warrior offense up and down the lineup to help him get this win.
Yeah, as we talked about at the start, got off to a good start. Will threw around the plate all day. Struck out 9, only walked 3, so, limited base runners. And then just timely hitting. They, as we talked to Coach, aggressive all night with the bat. And finally got some balls squared up and into the outfield. Lots of base hits.
Found some gaps.
Yep, and once that starts to flow, you get that momentum going, and it gets a lot easier. So, as you said, hopefully something to build on as you go into a really exciting game in a really cool venue at the Field of Dreams, and maybe get a little winning streak going here.
Yeah, we'll hope the Warriors can take that momentum with us as we travel up to Dyersville, Iowa, the Field of Dreams movie site on Wednesday. We'll talk about that as our next broadcast here in the as we get to our closing stuff. This is the Warrior Baseball postgame show brought to you by the Van Buren County Community School District, where they have one goal: be a great school for all kids. Warrior pride, countywide. All right, that will take us to our closing stuff here in the postgame show. The player of the game, brought to you by Wells Hometown Drug, was Will Coral, 2 for 2, a sac fly, 4 RBIs, no hitter, and 5 innings on the mound. That was our player of the game. I'd like to thank my board operator, Kyle Smith, back at the studio, making the broadcast run smoothly for us, but more importantly, you, the viewing and listening audience. I'd like to thank all our listeners and viewers, no matter how you chose to listen in tonight. A couple of ways to join us. We're streaming live on the Atemel Radio YouTube channel, also over the air at 92.7 KTWA. If you're tuned in listening to the postgame show on your way home, please drive safely. And AJ, Eric, and I will make sure that we do the same. I'd like to thank our sponsors, as I always do here in the post-game show: Iowa Missouri Seeds, Van Buren Community School District, Cranston Family Funeral Home, Dowd's Lumber and Home Center, Smithburg Automotive, Dowd's Quick Stop, Pilot Grove Savings Bank, Van Buren County Hospital, Wells Hometown Drug, Crane Concrete Ready Mix, First Iowa State Bank, Roto-Rooter of Ottumwa, Slayton Polaris, Tugboat Transportation, and Wasco Hardware. If you're in the area and need some local business, you can please make sure that you give these sponsors a chance. They're the main reason why these broadcasts can be brought to you through YouTube and on the radio at 92.7 KTWA right here on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network. If you're not currently a sponsor of Warrior Sports and would like to be, you got to get a hold of Margie at OttumwaRadio.com. She'd be more than happy to set you up with an ads package that's to your liking. You can feel good about getting your business name, some advertising, but feel even better about sponsoring Van Buren County Warrior Sports. Once again, if you'd like to sponsor Warrior Sports, it's Margie at OttumwaRadio.com. Totals and final one more time. Warriors, 11 runs, 11 hits, 3 errors, 5 left. Winfield Mount Union, no runs on no hits, 5 errors, 4 left. The Warriors get an 11-0 no-hit win in 4.5 innings. Will Coral, the star there. Our next broadcast, no game tomorrow, will be with you from the Field of Dreams. The first pitch time up there in Dyersville is scheduled for 6 p.m. or 6:05. We'll be on the air about 5:40 with the pregame. That's going to about do it here for us. On behalf of my cameraman and on-site producer, Mr. A.J. Rowe, my color analyst, Mr. Eric Peterson, my name is Shan Moquin, your play-by-play and radio voice of the Warriors. Back again for the sports seasons of the 2024-25 school year. We will all wish you a very pleasant rest of your Monday evening and say so long to you. From Perkins Field, the Kissling Press Box here at the Mildred and Eddie Ferguson Sports Complex. We'll talk to you next on Wednesday evening, 5:40 pregame from, it's a special one, from the Field of Dreams in movie site in Dyersville, Iowa. Until then, you've been tuned in to Warrior Baseball, streaming live on the Atemo Radio YouTube channel. Also, on the air at your home for today's hits and yesterday's favorites, 92.7 KTWA and Atemo Radio Sports Group Station. From the Ferguson Sports Complex in Keosauqua, Iowa, everybody.